It's now time for Salem Tiger Football on KSMO Media. Before every broadcast, you can hear Tiger Talk, where head coach Neil Myers discusses the evening's contest with Stan Stevens. It's Tiger Talk on KSMO Media.
Welcome to Tiger Talk. Stan Stevens and Coach Neil Myers. Coach, first off, welcome to Salem. Very excited to have you aboard, and we look forward to your coaching style and staff. So please introduce yourself. Give us a little background on you, if you wouldn't mind.
My name is Neil Myers. I'm here grew up and born and raised in Rolla, Missouri. I went off to college. I played down at Arkansas State and finished my career at Emporia State University. Went to the business world and then decided that coaching's a little bit of something that I wanted to get back into. And slowly but surely, I made my way back into it. My family and I moved back from Arizona. I'd coached 4 years out there, but we moved back to the Missouri Rolla area back in 2014. And then I started with the Rolla Bulldogs in 2019, and we are here now, here with the Salem Tigers.
Well, Coach, we welcome you to the Salem family, but you actually had a little bit of play last year with Mr. Schuchart and kind of had maybe an idea going into this year. Obviously, you kept up with what the Salem Tigers had last year and stuff, so you kind of had a little feel for Salem, plus you also played against these Salem Tigers, didn't you?
That is true. Growing up in the high school time, I got to play against Salem one time, and it was the most grueling practice time / intense practices that we had going into that game. We kind of the story I've talked about a little bit before is that we knew coming into Salem, and it was here in Salem actually. Coming here, we knew we were going to get hit. We knew it was going to be hard fought. It was going to be grab, claw, pull everything you can, and there wasn't going to be fight left out of it. I mean, we knew that from start to finish, it was going to be nonstop. And the story I kind of shared is that not only that, but after getting down here, knowing we were going to get hit, the biggest issue we had was we didn't know who we were going to get hit by, whether it was the team or the team and the fans, because it was pretty rowdy down here as well.
That is true.
Going back, Stan, I did get to work with Mr. Bill Schuchart for about the last 3 years, and you talk about somebody that you can learn a lot from. Mm-hmm. And I had known who Coach Schuchart was from growing up, and so had nothing but respect for the man and what he had done down here. And I looked at it as an opportunity to be able to learn a lot from what he had been through and what he had gone through. And he coached linebackers. I was coaching D-line. And, of course, there was a lot of times I'd give him a little trouble and he'd give me a little trouble. And we had a very good relationship. And for me, it was just purely out of the respect of it, because I had known what he had done, and that meant a lot to me to be able to be around that type of a person. But yes, the past couple of years, I was privileged and honored to be able to work alongside him and learn all that I could.
So now that you're here, obviously your plan for coaching is getting put into concrete. You have to figure out exactly what you're going to do. You got to assess your talent. You've got to get your coaches and everybody on board with your plan, because every coach has a plan, the way you practice, the way you prepare. It's not stereotypical for everybody. Everybody has their own way of doing it, Coach, and I'm sure you have yours, right?
Yes, sir. Coming into it, and I'm going to kind of relate back to Bill Schuchart again. But
sure.
Coming into it, I had an idea of what it was that I saw would happen here. And actually, it's kind of funny. Growing up in the Rolla area and playing for Coach Gary Miles there, we were a downhill football team as well. Mm-hmm. And obviously, Coach Bill Schuchart and the Tigers back then were downhill as well, and a little bit of option in there. We didn't have that in Rolla, but that was kind of what stuck to me. And when I first got the opportunity to take this position, I immediately went over to Bill's house, and I went over there thinking, I'll be there about an hour, and that was about 3:30. And about 7:30, I didn't know if his wife, Karen, was going to be making me dinner or a cot or what it was, because we were still talking at that time. But one thing that resonated with me was Bill reminded me that, Neil, stick to what you know. And I had been thinking kind of outside the box at that time. What did I really want to do? I knew what I wanted, but what type of formations? What did I want to run things out of? And it was funny as I kept contemplating it. It was like there was those little angels or devils that sit on your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, mine was always just Bill, and he would say, "Do what you know best." And that's really what kind of solidified what I wanted to do as far as what I thought we should do offensively, what we should do defensively. And having the staff that we have, a lot of those, quite a few of the guys that are on staff. I mean, Phil Carr coached with Bill Schuchart for quite some time.
Right.
You got Jimmy Decker on staff, Phil Mercer on varsity staff, Robbie Owen on varsity staff. All three of those guys coached, or not coached, but played for Bill back in the day. And then we've got Jackson Mitchell from Rolla that's on staff. That's our strength and conditioning and defensive coordinator type coach for us. And, it's everybody's in line that we need to work hard to where we need to get to. And the old saying of a hard hat and a lunch pail, that's kind of what we're looking at.
So as you went through summer camp, you got a chance to assess the kids that you've got, and obviously you had a plan of how you wanted this year to go. And when we talked earlier, it's going to be a lot of the ground game back for the Salem Tigers. And when you're getting these kids acclimated to that, did they buy into your program easily?
The kids have been phenomenal. From the first day that we stepped into the weight room, I cannot speak highly enough about the kids from Salem, Missouri. Tough, gritty, willing to learn, willing to listen, wanting to do things. They're wanting to do them right. I just can't say enough about them. With the response that we had from the kids has been phenomenal.
Now it's putting that into play. So you go through summer camp and you get to the Jamboree, Coach. Did the Jamboree kind of go the way you wanted it to, or were you looking for something else, or maybe just your total assessment of the Jamboree as a whole?
Well, I think when you look at the Jamboree as a whole, I mean, you can really poke holes through a lot of things. We went in with the idea that we wanted to try to establish the line of scrimmage and see how we would perform in comparison to actual competition instead of just beating up on ourselves.
Right.
And within that, we saw some bad, but we saw a lot of good. And that's kind of been the motto that we had even after coming out of team camp. But each time we see it, we're seeing more and more good than we are bad. So we saw things that we needed to focus on, and really that's what you're trying to get out of that Jamboree is what are you measuring yourself at that point, and where you want to be. And we really got a good idea of where we wanted to be with it and what we needed to work on this week to be ready for week one.
And the Jamboree also gives you a chance to put players in positions that you think are best for them and then see how they react. Is that what you did in the Jamboree as well?
We tried a lot of folks at different places, definitely, because you got to, I mean, of course, we throw it out there at the beginning that, come on out and let's try you at a position that you want to play, because obviously you'd like to have kids playing in positions that they want to play in. But ultimately, at the end of the day, we as coaches have to evaluate where we need the talent, where we need it, and where we think somebody might fit better at. And I'll use Cash Howard as an example. Cash came into us, had been playing a DB / cornerback for the past couple of years, I believe. And, we asked Cash to step in at the strong safety role. And it's funny to me as I was talking to him the other night because we got him back a little bit now. And I said, how you feel about this? And he said, I really like being up front there. So it's funny how sometimes a kid might see something that they like, but once they try something different and get their beak wet there, they're a little more excited about it once they get into it and see what it can do for them.
When we come back on Tiger Talk, we're going to talk about Game 1 against St. James. We're going to start things out with the Tiger offense and let Coach Myers describe who we have playing where. We'll get to that on the second part of Tiger Talk right after this.
Now back to more of Tiger Talk on KSMO.
Welcome back to Tiger Talk. Stan Stevens and new Salem coach Neil Myers. And, Coach, we're going to talk about the Salem Tiger offense. Last year, the offense just really had a hard time getting untracked. And this year, we're looking for a whole different outcome. So tell us a little about what you've got planned for our offense this year and name those players who will be making that happen.
Well, right now, our offense, we're really looking at that that ground and pound type up front. We need to establish the line of scrimmage for us to be what we need to do. When you do that, you really open up the pass game a lot more, and you can do a multitude of different things. But right now, our biggest impact that we've got in regards to that happening is what we have up front on our O-line. We got 4 seniors up on our offensive line. I got Trey Parsons right now over at the right tackle. You got Owen Hamilton at the right guard, Wyatt Martin at center, and Joe Griffith at the left guard. And then we have a junior in Lake Pink over at the left tackle. And with that, the one position not many people think of as the hogs or something along those lines. I call it the hybrid hog. Is Cash Howard playing the tight end for us.
Okay.
And those 6 guys right there are going to really lay the groundwork for what we want to do offensively.
Great. How about that backfield, Coach?
We got Caden DuBois back at DuBois at quarterback right now, senior quarterback coming back. So we have experience there. You've got Evan Mendenhall at our one receiver and Landon Hill at another receiver as of right now. With the after the Jamboree, we now have Jamal Metcalf running the ball for us at tailback. And there's experience, and we have a little bit of explosion in there as well. And really setting that offense, setting up, running in between those tackles, and trying to establish that line with that explosion that we have coming from the players that we got back there, it's going to open up a lot of things that we'll be able to change up and do. But overall, that the backfield's been, they're learning just like our offensive line is. But overall, it's been a good ride so far.
And when we talk about the Salem Tigers, obviously, and it's going to be very, very warm. We all know that. You're gonna have to use a bevy of different players in there just to give guys a break, aren't you?
We're going to try. We'd like to try to keep the front 5 as solid as we can. We do have some definite backups there. We got junior Grant Case that has been able to step in situations where we needed support and help in there. We've got, I should say, the other glorified tight end / fullback that we have for us right now, Toby Gover, has been doing, a phenomenal job, but he can move from one side to the other if Cash needs a break. With that, we have Ray Cunningham able to step into fullback for us. So we have some versatility, even with some older guys. Obviously, we'd like to try to keep those front 5 as solid as we can. But again, with the heat, like you were saying, it's going to be pretty difficult.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Really going to be tough. Well, Coach, when we come back, we're going to talk about that Tiger defense and opening night against the St. James Tigers. And we return on Tiger Talk right after this.
Now back to more of Tiger Talk on KSMO.
Welcome back to Tiger Talk. Stan Stevens, Coach Neil Myers, Coach Salem Tiger offense. We've now got that set. How about the Salem Tiger defense for opening night?
Salem Tiger defense kind of complements kind of the same way that our offense does. We're experienced on the front line. In our 4-man front, we're looking at Trey Parsons at our strong end. We're looking at Owen Hamilton at our tackle. We've got a junior and Dominic Berry looking at our nose guard, and Toby Gover running our attack end, as we call it, in our 4-2-5. I should step back. Our main base defense is a 4-2-5, but we are multiple. We're able to roll into a 3-4 and a 3-3-5 very easily, just based on what type of team we're going to be playing.
Okay.
Our linebacker spots, we're looking at Gavin St-Paul. We've got Kason Malone, Jeremy Smith looking at our inside, and then our outside, we're looking at Ray Cunningham and Cash Howard. At our corners, we're looking at Evan Mendenhall and Landon Hill right now, and then we've got Caden DuBois looking at the free safety spot for us. So still have a lot of experience there. Again, it's a new system for quite a few of them, so they've got to go through and learn it as we go.
Sure.
Overall, I feel like we've been pretty solid on defense. Again, we've had some bad, but we've had a lot of good in there as well. And the big thing we want to teach is that we've got to hustle. I mean, when you look at defense as a whole, it's about heart and hustle more than anything. You get that stuff taken care of. A lot of the little things will take care of themselves. But we got to get to the ball, and we got to surround it. And we got to make sure we get that person down.
Very good. How about our kicking game, Coach?
Right now, our kicking game, our main part of it is Jamal Metcalf.
Okay.
He was an all-conference punter last year. He'll be our punter this year as well. But he's also taken on the extra point duties for us. Cash Howard will be doing our kickoffs.
Okay.
But we've got some options in our kicking game for right now. We've really been giving Jamal on the extra points and the field goals a little bit of extra pressure in the practices as we go through, and I think he's responded pretty well.
Very good. Sounds good. All right, we take on the St. James Tigers. It's opening night. We have our opening night parade that's going to get there prior to the game times. It started at 8 o'clock, by the way, because of the heat. And St. James Tigers last year kind of put a number on the Salem Tigers. I'm sure you're very familiar with that game now, and that's something that I know you don't want to have happen again.
No, not at all. That was, looking back on it, that was sometimes tough to watch.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I mean, we're a new team. We're a new thought process, a new belief. And as I was saying with our defense this year, we've got to come out. We've got to do the little things right. And that's in regards for us. You talk about some excitement. I mean, we've got a parade. The way this community supports this program is quite amazing. It has blown me back a couple times how much support there is in this community. I can walk around town, and there's times I go to Walmart or I go to Country Mart. I go wherever I run into people that either played here or have kids that play here or are just businesses in town. And the support in this community, it kind of gets you excited a little bit. So we got that parade going on, and then we got the Tigers coming in town. We call them the Tigers up north. And they're coming in town, and it looks like they've got a little bit of a spread offense coming in, and it looks like defensively they're looking at a 3-3-5. That's what we saw from them in the Jamboree. Okay. It'll be a great test for us. They've got quite a bit of experience coming back in their specialty areas. They've got pretty good sized offensive linemen. Their D line, I think, is the pride and joy of their defense right now. From what I've seen on film, very quick, move around all over the place. They do a good job of swarming the ball on defense. Offensively, they seem pretty sound. They like to get the ball out on the edge.
Right.
So we've got to do our jobs and do what we're supposed to do to get that under control and stop it.
Yeah. Last year, one of the problems was we got caught inside, and they were able to go around the outside pretty much at will.
Well, that's what we're wanting to get stopped. That we did see that on film. We saw that they really like to hit that edge and get outside of it. We've got to set that edge and make sure that we keep it inside. That's where the rest of our cavalry's at. And if we do that, I think we're going to see some success. If we don't, we're not going to see success. It's pretty simple.
Yeah, and it's nice to open at home, isn't it, Coach?
It is. Especially coming in for your first year into a program, to step into this environment, I think is definitely something that is appealing and nice to have. Going on the road is never fun. You'd like to be able to play all 9 of your first games at home and then take your district game at home while you're at it after that. But having that first one at home is very nice because you can really, comfortable-wise, you feel that. You keep the kids excited. Obviously, there's a different level of excitement when it's a home game for the home team. That's a good thing for us.
And I think the kids get more pumped up when they've got their classmates back there rooting for them and their families here, too. It really makes a big difference when you have that kind of atmosphere to start your season.
Well, we're really hoping we've got that. I want and I think they will, but it's that support from the rest of the students being out there. You get that, and you get a little bit of excitement, a little bit of rowdiness, and the Tiger Den, or get them riled up, whatever we want to call it, and they get to the point where, they can be an impact. You look at Texas A&M, and they got a group called the 12th Man, and that can be, that could be the 12th man for the Tigers as well out there on the sidelines, and they can make a large impact. And the excitement and the noise they bring whenever it's tough third and short situations, the kids out here on the team really feed off of that.
Absolutely.
So I definitely hope to see that out, and I think we will.
Well, Coach, we wish you the very best in your first game as head coach of the Salem Tigers, and then we'll do this again the following week, and let's come back and talk about that first win of the year. What do you think?
Hey, that is what we're shooting for, Stan. I look forward to it, and I appreciate the time, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Stay tuned. Tiger football. It is next.
You've been listening to Tiger Talk on KSMO Media with Stan Stevens and head football coach Neil Myers. Stay with us for Salem Tiger football. It's next on KSMO Media. Your legacy. Protect it, prosper, and pass it on. Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, specializes in real estate, estate planning, probate, family law, and business law. A Salem native, Stephen Patterson provides comprehensive representation to clients throughout southern Missouri. If you need assistance, contact Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, at 573-453-2529.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Cameron Irway in Salem today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Terrell Complete Auto Care is a full-service auto repair center in Salem. They offer full-service oil changes as well as $2 discounts on Tuesdays for all ladies, and Wednesday is Senior Citizen Day. Plus, Terrell Complete Auto Care can take care of all your auto and diesel repair needs. They offer free pickup and delivery in town. James and Sheena and the staff of Terrell Complete Auto Care are proud to support the Salem Tigers.
This is Mike Elliott from Town & Country Insurance. As an independent agent, we shop many different companies, allowing us to find the best value for our clients. Town & Country Insurance has been serving South Central Missouri since 1963. We have offices in Salem, Rolla, Licking, and Mountain Grove, and would welcome an opportunity to show you what we can do for you. Stop by 400 West Scenic Rivers Boulevard, located inside the Town & Country Bank, or you can call our office at 729-6624.
Welcome to this KSMO Media broadcast of Salem Tiger Football. Tonight's game is brought to you by K&H Auto Supply, Salem Memorial Hospital, Farm Bureau Insurance, Salem Memorial Clinic, Country Mart, The Bank of Salem, Napa, Lunet Auto Supply, Townscreen LLC, Taxmasters, Town & Country Insurance, Southwest Baptist University, Terrell Complete Auto Care, Edward Jones, Duncan Family Chiropractic, State Farm Insurance, Salem Trust Manufacturing, Progressive Ozark Bank, Stephen Patterson, Attorney at Law, Hubs Tire Center, Looking Glass Salon, New Life Auto, Hader's Sporting Good and Taxidermy, Melvin Motors and more, Southtown Furniture, Healthy Dent County, Mid-Ozark Animal Health Center Incorporated, United Country Salem Realty, and Ozark Overhead Door LLC. Now, get ready for Salem Tiger Football right here on KSMO Media.
Salem Marching Blue doing our national anthem prior to opening day. Rick Hoyt, Stan Stevens with you here. Got Ben and Kenny along with us on the video side. It's a brand new season, Ricky.
Ooh,
and it's a hot day in the neighborhood.
Yeah, you're right. It's going to be a hot one tonight. Like I say, and these players are going to have make sure they got plenty of water. And I know we talked to the referees a little bit before the game started, Stan, and I know they're going to give them as many breaks as they need. They got a mandatory that they got to do. They got to do one. They said that they may do two, whatever they need to do to make sure the players are safe.
Well, here's the neat thing about this year. Obviously, Coach Barnes has left along with Coach Kristen Barnes as well. Yep. And Coach Myers has come in and put a whole different atmosphere and spin onto the football team, has really concentrated on fundamentals and very, very positive, very upbeat. Got a different set of coaches. They're working on different things. Yep. Ricky, we really have no idea what we're going to truly see tonight out of the Salem Tiger team. No. Obviously, they're going to give 110% because he demands it, but it's going to be, in his eyes, he said this is going to be an education for these young men as well as him, because this is his first head coaching job, and also it's his first head coaching game. Yeah. So he's got to react to things a little bit differently than being an assistant coach.
That's right, and that's what he's always been. Like you say, Dan, he's been an assistant coach, and this is the first time that that he's going to be the leader of this team, and so he puts it all on himself. And I'm sure that that these players up there, I think that they're from what I'm hearing, there was several that showed up this summer up at the gym and kind of got involved with this. So I think that these kids will buy into him and let him be the coach and go out and play hard for him, and hopefully we start seeing that here tonight.
And the neat thing is, he told me yesterday when we talked on Tiger Talk, as people just heard, that he actually has recruited a couple of other kids from inside the school or that showed up for school.
Yeah.
They won't be able to play till Houston because of MSHA rules, but they got to get those practices in. But that's what it really that's how the program gets started.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, he's got to go up and down the halls, and like I say, just like Coach Shue done the same thing. He went up and down the halls and talked to kids and got kids to buy into the program, and when and the rest of it was history. And that's what I think that Coach Myers is coming in here wants to do. He's wanting to get these kids involved. If you're just walking the halls like you say up here, and he may come up and ask you, hey, why don't you come out and play football?
Yeah. Hey, ever thought about it?
Yeah. Come on out.
Speaking of Coach Shue, Coach Myers had the opportunity to work with Coach Schuchart over in Rolla the last 3 years, and so he's talked to him a lot about the Salem program, the Salem community, and what this program means. And I'm sure he is anxious to get this game underway, as any head coach would be in their first one. But I think he's anxious to see what his kids can do. Unfortunately for the Salem Tigers, one of their best players from last year, Reuben Hovey, got injured in the Jamboree. He will not be playing tonight. And there's some question on the other side about the Ryan Spurgeon boy for St. James. He tweaked an ankle. He may get some action in. We did not see him do too many warm-ups, though, but he is dressed.
Yeah.
But Hovey is definitely out for the game tonight.
Yeah, he is out, like you say. We did see Spurgeon, but we did not see him really do much participation at all in warm-up. So, it may be one of those situations, Stan, where he's not going to play, but he wants to be a team member, and he shows up in his pads, just like all the rest of the guys. So,
or we've seen it before, Rick was a decoy.
Yeah.
Get out there
I'm not going to play, and then boom, I'm in.
Yeah. Or get out there, and then everybody says, he's in the game, we got to watch him, and then they don't use him.
Yeah.
Never know. But it's a brand new season, 2023, 2024. High school sports getting underway, and we'll be covering volleyball Monday night. So we're right back into the swing of things. Didn't take long.
Here we go.
Here we go. For those on the streaming side, Salem Tigers are in their home navy blue uniforms. They are trimmed in the Carolina blue numbers with the white trim on the outside, blue helmets. St. James in their red pants, white jerseys, red numbers, red helmets. So we're getting ready to get things underway. The officials have done the coin toss. Rick, you want to tell them what's going on?
Yeah, it looks like the Salem Tigers have won the toss and neglected to go on offense here to start this contest out, and we're getting ready to play some football, Stan.
Well, let's see what the offense is going to look like when they receive the ball. Ricky?
Yep.
Salem Tiger offense starters.
Trey Parsons, senior. Owen Hamilton, senior. Wyatt Martin, senior.
Joe Griffith, senior.
Leighton Meek, junior. Landon Hill, junior. Evan Mendenhall, junior. Cash Howard, junior.
Toby Gover, junior.
Jamal Metcalf, senior. Caden Du Bois, senior.
So we're about ready to get this one underway. A very warm and humid night here in Dan County. Pretty nice crowd on hand in case you missed the parade. Well, it was a pretty nice parade. Yeah. A lot of
hot one.
Oh, very hot one. It was. I think it moved a little faster this year than normal.
Go as quick as we can to get there.
Absolutely. So Salem Tigers will receive. The deep man for Salem right now, it appears Evan Mendenhall is going to be the deep man down the middle. And we'll see if that changes over time. I know some coaches like to change around their receivers. So for St. James, kicking off will be Preston Hash. Flanking Mendenhall down the middle on the side of the Salem Tigers will be Atticus Givens. And on the far side from us, which is the east side, will be number 12, Caden Du Bois.
Okay.
The up man in all that is Ray Cunningham.
Stan,
So
we're
we're
ready to play some football.
Let's
ain't we?
do it. Let's do
Alrighty.
it. Friday Night Football returns to the airwaves. Hash ready to kick it off. And wouldn't be surprised for an onside kick here, but he does kick it relatively short, and it's out of bounds. Well, we start things out with a penalty. Ball went out of bounds right about the 33-yard line.
We ain't got started yet, Stan.
Well, they'll take the ball to 35. First and 10 for the Salem Tiger offense. Well, I think the young man might have had a little
jitter, huh?
jitters. He approached the ball well, but he didn't kick it well.
Yeah.
Salem could make him cook it over again.
Yeah, they could make him. Yeah, you're right. They could make him do it again, or, like you say, take it there.
It looks like they're going to take it there.
All right.
So first down from the
35.
35.
Yeah,
Jim
okay.
Earl, the official, the white hat, the bad official out there. Jamal Metcalf is the deep man, as Du Bois goes under center. They're in the I formation. He gets the first handoff, trying to turn the corner, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about it. Trying to get outside, Rick. There just wasn't anything.
Yeah, there was no room there for him to stand. Like I say, he didn't have a hole to get through. He just tried to make one and get back to the line of scrimmage is all he could do.
Tigers line up in that I again. Second down, still 10 yards to go. The boys under center. Again, give the Metcalf the other way. He's got a little bit of running room. Guys through. Gets about 6 yards.
There we go. There we go.
Nice block on that line, Rick. I didn't see who threw that first block, but they
Couldn't
gave him
see it.
a hole.
Yeah, they did.
We got new guys up there, so I'm not really sure. But on the left tackle side, it was a good block to close that off and allow Metcalf the yardage, 6 yards, and a third down and 4. Just underway here at the Salem High School football field, Bill Shukart Stadium.
Yep.
Hope you get a chance to come out and support your Tigers this year. Toby Gover is the fullback.
Oh.
And the ball loose on the ground and still loose, and St. James is going to have it, I believe. Right at the 39-yard line.
We got it back, I think, Stan.
Oh,
I couldn't tell who it was.
I think you're right. I think it was getting that back, number 52, Rick.
Okay.
And that's Trey Parsons. He jumped on it, but it will bring up fourth down.
Get
So
the
lost the
lost
2
to Caden?
yards.
To Caden, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lost the 2 yards.
Okay.
Bring up fourth down and 6. Well, that's not exactly what you wanted to see. Metcalf will do the punting. He was the All-SCA punter last year. They don't believe he's going to punt. They're not sending anybody back.
Now he's going back.
And dropping back for St. James is Gannon Ambrose. Kick is a decent one. Ambrose comes up to the 35-yard line. Gets it on the run, though. That's always a problem. But to the outside, Ambrose to the 50. He'll get inside Salem territory to about the 44-yard line. A return of about 30 yards. Caught that ball on a run, Rick, and that's always trouble.
Yeah, you're right, Stan. He kind of out-kicked his coverage. Kind of standing it. He got that ball on the run, and he had all the momentum going upfield.
Well, I was kind of hoping that when he was running back there that they would quickly get it back to Jamal, let him kick it.
Yep.
Ball wasn't extraordinarily high, but it was a decent distance.
Yep.
But Ambrose able to get some momentum going into that and was able to bring it back to the Salem Tiger 43-yard line, first and 10. Their quarterback, Cooper Harlan. You might remember him from basketball days. And in motion. Going to hand that ball off to Blaine Noakes. Noakes trying to turn that corner, gets around one man, gets around two. Still on his feet, gets the first down and more, down to about the 30-yard line. They're going to mark him out at the 31. Be a gain of 12 yards and a first down. A couple of good blocks on the perimeter there by St. James, and that's one thing that Coach Myers talked about. Salem got pinched in way too much last year. Try and keep those guys to the outside. Didn't work there. Two receivers to the left. Harlan gets it. Now going to flip it the other way in a reverse. Coming back the other way is Ambrose. And Ambrose loses his balance and goes down after a gain of 3. He tripped over that white line.
Who sprayed that line a little thicker?
Gain of 3. Ambrose had a lot of running room. He'll bring up second and about 7. Actually going to spot him back at the 32, gain only 1.
That's when he went to stumbling.
I guess that's where his knee went down.
I guess so, yeah.
According to the official, that's where the knee went down.
True.
Harlan in the gun. Trips to the left side for St. James. Harlan wants to throw, fires it out to Ambrose. Ambrose trying to dipsy-do his way around, gets a nice move, and gets down to the 25-yard line. He picked up about an extra 4 yards on his own. He'll bring up third and about 2. O'Gannon Ambrose with the catch, and a gain of about 6, almost, well, I'll leave it at 6.
6.
Third down about 3. First quarter action, 8:48 to go, no score. Cooper Harlan at quarterback. Gives that ball off. Tigers miss a tackle in the backfield. That would have prevented the first down. Bursting up the middle to get it was Blaine Noakes. And he'll get down to the 19-yard line, a gain of almost 5.
Okay.
And a first down for St. James. 2 Tigers had a chance at him in the backfield.
Yep.
Just did not get him down. First and 10. Ball at the 19-yard line of Salem. Opening possession. Salem Tigers did a 3 and out. St. James has moved the ball after a very good punt return by Ambrose. Harlan gets it, wants to flip it out. He does to Noakes. Noakes has a lot of running room down the sideline. He'll pick up about 8 or 9 on that flip, but there's a flag down right at the line of scrimmage. Looked like it might be a hold, Rick.
That's kind of what I thought. Yeah. Let's see what we got here.
And let's see if that is the call, and it is holding against St. James.
Had a hold of him, got out there and tried to make that block with that Pace Cummins stand, and just held on a little too long, didn't he?
Well, yeah, he actually kind of grabbed onto him. But it wasn't you would say an excessive grab. He just kind of grabbed the jersey just to tug him.
Yeah.
But it's a 10-yard penalty. First penalty of the game. Moves the ball back to the 30-yard line. 8 minutes and 9 seconds to go. This is the first quarter. Thanks for joining us on KSMO Media. Salem Tiger football versus the St. James Tigers. Glad to have you aboard. Cooper Harlan changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Man in motion. Long count. He wants to throw the ball, flips it out. They do get it outside.
Good job.
To John
Nice
Addis,
job.
and the Tigers
Nice job.
read that one well.
Nice job.
Kept it down to a very, very short gain. A couple of nice plays. One by Toby Gover. He read that and got up there. He was assisted, but I didn't see
Number 6, Stan.
Oh, by Evan Mendenhall?
I think it was Mendenhall, wasn't it? Yep.
Good play. Gain of just 2. Second down, 18. Harlan again looks like he wants to change the play. Coach Kraft on the side. And they are changing the play. Handoff, give that ball off the middle. Trying
Nice
to find
job.
his way
Nice
on the
job.
outside. The Tigers cut him off. Noakes didn't get anywhere this time.
Woo.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, number 52 of the Salem Tigers.
It was.
Trey Parsons just grabbed him and shut him down.
So you're not going any further, did you? Wow.
Said, this is it for you here, dude.
You're not going any past me. Wow.
Bring up third and now still about 18. They gave him about 1.5 feet. You can call it 1 if you want.
I did. Yeah, I did.
Now third, 17, 18. It's still a long way to go. Harlan barking out the signal. Ball's loose on the ground. He picks it up, though. He's got some running room and spins away, but he's not going to get the first down as he is swarmed over by Tigers at about the 27-yard line. I'm sorry, about the 24-yard line. Excuse me. Harlan did some quick thinking there, though, Rick. He got about 3 yards, maybe 4.
He did all he could do, Stan.
All he could do. Ball got loose.
That play was busted, yeah.
Snap looked like it hit the leg of the center.
It did. I think that's what it looked like to me, too.
Well, this is 4-down territory for St. James, so they're going for it on 4th down and 14. I'd be looking for some kind of misdirection here. Harlan rolls to his right. They've got 4 receivers down the field. He fires it out of bounds. Instead of taking a loss, he throws it out of bounds, and the Salem Tigers defense hold.
Nice
After
job.
the penalty,
Nice
they
job.
shut down St. James. And good pursuit by the defensive backfield. They stayed right with the receivers. Rick, I am kind of surprised, though, that they didn't send somebody on the backside.
Yeah.
And I've seen St. James do that, and you have too.
But
But as like a safety valve, when he's running this way, then he just turns and goes the other way.
Yeah.
Because there was nobody open on the right side as they came toward us. Well, I tell you, we have a lot of great sponsors, Rick, and make it all possible for us to be here, like Fig and Ivy Vintage Market right here in Salem and Hometown Suites. Check them out. That's Figs and Ivy Vintage Market and Hometown Suites. They help make it possible for us to bring you Tiger Sports on KSMO Media. They're going to take a little hydration break. I guess that's what we
might as well do it, too.
We may as well do. 5:35 left to go. First quarter, no score. Back in 30 seconds. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
No matter what, every morning, farmers go to work, doing what needs done. The work is unforgiving. The days are long, real long. They nurture, they grow, they harvest. When the day is done, sell the fruits of your labor to your neighbors on Town Screen.
And all season long, for those streaming with us and listening on KSMO Radio, we're going to be giving away stadium blankets courtesy of Representative Ron Copeland. I don't think we need a blanket tonight. So
I hope not.
So, in all honesty, we will start giving those away September 1. And we'll be giving away those blankets. We'll have a keyword. You listen for that word, and then you're able to go online, and we have a site you can go to and register right there. And if you're chosen, you'll get that beautiful Salem Tiger blanket. It's a wonderful blanket. It's got a great cover, and you can use it outside just to picnic on, or when it gets a little cool at the football games. And I know it will get cool at football games. You can use that blanket. Right now, the Tigers back on offense in the I formation. Of course, the Tigers are on offense. They're both Tiger teams. And a handoff to Jamal, and Jamal trying to break outside. Gets tied up, but he'll fight for a couple of yards. Got stood up. Jamal is one put-together dude. I want to tell you, he is a strong little guy. You know, you look at him, he's a skinny kind of guy, but I mean, he is, I don't think he has any fat on him.
No.
And he's fairly quick. So once he gets started.
Got to get him going,
Yeah, once he can get that couple of strides in, you're going to watch out. That boy can run. So.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Tom. Good to have you back. In the eye. Gover's the up man. Keeping it is Du Bois. They flip it out to Jamal. He takes a cut. He's to the 37-yard line. He gets taken down. A Salem Tiger first down and a gain of about 13 yards. Nice read by Caden Du Bois. Perfect pitch. Tigers' first down.
I thought he should have stayed outside, Stan, but he did all right cutting it back into the middle. I thought if he'd have kept coming on the outside, I thought he had a little bit more room, but he'd made the cut back inside to get the first down.
First down for the Salem Tigers in this contest. 4:35 to go. First quarter, ball at the Tiger 39-yard line, near side of the field. Mendenhall goes wide to the right side. Back to throw is Du Bois. He rolls, flips it out, and a flag to go down for a hold. Little grab there, Rick. Pretty obvious grab.
It was obvious, wasn't it? Yeah. Everybody knew that one.
Cade made the move. The grab was made.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes that's the thing you need to do to protect your quarterback. And this time, I think it's just out of a little bit of desperation.
I think so. I think that I don't think he had to do that. I think that Caden could have avoided that, but like I say, he did not know that, and he didn't want to get his quarterback back for a sack.
So Landon Hill and Evan Mendenhall, the two wide receivers this year, they'll be getting most of the playing time. There'll be others.
Yeah.
But they are ones starting out tonight, you saw that. So 10-yard penalty being marked off. Did you love that walk all the way back to the 30?
I don't know why you did that.
Big
You've
like
seen the same thing I did.
An extra 7 inches on that stride. That get
kind of leaned a little further.
That was interesting. I really like that. All right, 1st and 20 now for the Salem Tigers. Boyd flips it out to Jamal.
Go.
Jamal cuts back to the middle. Still on his feet across the 40 to the 44. That's a gain of 14. It'll bring up 2nd and 6.
Whew. Nice run, Stan.
As we said, once he gets going, Rick, he gets those legs going, he's hard to bring down.
Yeah.
And he really has worked out since last year to get himself
He looks a little
stronger.
quicker, foot speed quicker, Stan, than what we can I remember last year. And it looks like he's got a little quicker jump to him, too.
Rick, I would say he's a little more confident in his running.
Well, that may be true, too, yeah. He's got a little bit more confidence this year.
He's a little bit bigger and a little stronger, and I think he thinks I can take that hit. Back to throw Du Bois, looking down the field, fires that out ball, and it's caught for a 1st down to the 40-yard line.
Is that Cash?
That's Cash Howard on the reception. Gain right there, 2. They're going to mark him at the 38 from the 46-yard line. We'll call that 6 and then 14. That's 20 yards and a 1st down. That's how you do it in football. Count those yards like that.
Yeah. Nice job.
That's a nice throw. Nice catch by Cash. 1st and 10, ball to 38-yard line. On a very humid night here in Dent County. Tiger defense, after a penalty, shut down St. James, held them on their initial drive, and now the Tigers are coming back. Howard moves from left to right. They flip it back to Jamal. He has to fall on it. He could not handle. That pitch was a little bit low.
A little bit low. He might have took his eye off of it a little bit. Yeah.
So he falls on it for a almost 4-yard loss.
Okay. Kind of
no score.
Looked up a little too quick, Stan.
Yeah. No score in this one. 2:48 remains in the 1st quarter. Nice crowd on hand for opening day, and they've kept coming in, Rick. It's a late start of 8 o'clock.
Maybe might as well come in late.
Maybe we
might as well
should do
come on
this
in
all the time.
now. Yeah, come on out. Yeah.
Come on down.
Come
Have
on
a good
down.
time. All right, back to the I formation. Go over the up man. Du Bois on a 2nd down. We're going to call 14. Flips that one back to Jamal again, and this time he's not going to get much.
Lost.
Actually ended up losing a yard.
Okay.
And it'll bring up 3rd and about 15.
Didn't really have nowhere to go there, Stan.
Yeah, there's something on the field. I think it's just tape or a towel out there, Rick.
Okay, I do.
First I saw that out there, and I
it.
thought maybe it's a flag, but that's not a flag.
I think, yeah.
So 3rd and long here with 1:50 to go in this 1st quarter. No score in this one. 44-yard line of St. James. Tigers need to get down to the 28. Actually, about 28 and a half.
Yeah.
Mendenhall wide to the right side. Hill wide to the left. In the eye, they stay that way. Very condensed line. A little bit of movement early, but no call. And a blitz, and they get Du Bois down quickly. Coming in off that linebacker position for St. James, number 47, Donald Burns. He shot the gap, Rick, and he was in that backfield before Caden could even turn around.
He couldn't do anything. Yeah.
So they'll bring up 4th down, about 22. 21, 22, somewhere in that vicinity.
Yeah.
And Jamal will come back on to punt. Now watch Ambrose going back this time. See if he tries to angle this one away from him a little bit, right?
Yeah, I'd make him go get it. I mean, you're right, Stan. I'd make him go get it.
57 seconds and counting. High snap, good kick. Ambrose has to chase that one a little bit back to the 15-yard line. Gets by him after he touched the ball, and he has to jump on it. Back inside the 10.
Nice job.
Ambrose touched that ball, and then that means he had to go fetch it down, or at least fall on it, and that's what he did back at the, looks like the 9-yard line.
On the 9.
And it'll be 1st and 10 for the St. James Tigers from there. I was glad that they did not give Owen Hamilton a penalty for falling on him after he went down. Because in high school, once your knee goes down, you're down.
Yeah.
But Owen did.
I couldn't tell. Was the ball a little bit loose, or could you see him?
No, he had the ball, but
did he have it?
Owen didn't really jump on him.
Okay.
He just kind of rolled on him.
Okay, I got you.
But you never know anymore.
That's true.
Handoff up the middle. It's going to gain a couple of yards or so. Noakes with that carry. Give him about three. Second down and 7 yards to go with 30 seconds to go in this first quarter. Ball at the north side of the field.
See if they want to run a play here, stand or let the quarter in. See what Coach Kraft wants to do.
I'm sure he's going to want to run a play.
I'd say you're right.
Harlan stands in that gun. Wants to throw. Looking downfield now. He's thought about running. Had a man wide open to pass it off for an easy first down there. And a lot of extra yards added on. Coming up with that pass was number 4, John Addis, all the way from the 12, 13-yard line. I'll see if they finally do spot him down. It's just before the 30. They're going to say the 28 or 29?
29.
29,
Okay.
16-yard gain.
17, okay.
First down.
Was that Altus, Stan?
Addis, ATT or
Okay.
Altus or whatever that is.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Sure is. 6 seconds to go as they marked him down out of bounds, and the Tigers looking at possible blitz here. They showed it on 1st and 10. Give that handoff, trying to get upfield is Noakes, breaks a tackle, gets across the 40 to 45, is out to the 49-yard line. A big gain right there of 20, almost 19 yards.
Okay.
And another first down as we end the first quarter with no score. St. James nothing, Salem nothing. We'll take a 1-minute break and come back with the second quarter. We have no score in this high school game between the Salem Tigers and St. James Tigers. Back in a minute. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
Calling all rodeo fans, the annual Salem Area Chamber of Commerce IPRA ACRA MRCA Pro Rodeo is coming to the Commons this Labor Day weekend at 7:30 each night. Produced by Outlaw Rodeo Production, you'll see the excitement of rough stock, timed events, plus Blake Skaggs mini buckers. There's also a calf scramble for the youngsters and a salute to our veterans. Lots of vendors, pony rides, and carnival games. Come out and watch all the excitement at the Commons in Salem this Labor Day weekend.
Save on everyday items with digital coupons at Town & Country Supermarkets. It's easy. Download the Town & Country Markets app and browse through a variety of digital coupons available. Then clip them to your account. You can also clip digital coupons online at tcmarkets.com. Shop in the store for your favorite items, then tell us your phone number at checkout, and the digital coupons will be deducted from your purchase automatically. Scan this QR code to learn more and start saving more today.
Welcome back, Salem High School football field, Bill Schuchart Stadium. I always want to thank our great sponsors to make it possible for us to bring you high school sports and other activities in town, and United Country Real Estate on board this year. Thanking all of them for being part of our broadcast here on KSMO Media. Thank you, guys. Hope you're enjoying the game so far. No score. Close game. It's not the same as it was last year, Rick.
True.
Harlan gets it, wants to keep it himself, has a man he can pitch to, and drives up the middle, and Cunningham brings him down after a gain of about 6. See, they may put his knee down at the 45, or where are they going to mark him? They're actually going to give him the extra yard, 44. Okay. Almost a 7-yard gain. Second down and 3. Harlan had the option there, pitching it back to Noakes.
Yeah, he did. He could have took it, which is what he did, but he could have pitched it too.
Yes, he could have. And that pistol hands that ball off to Altus. Altus trying to cut through the middle, and he gets the first down and more. Tripped up at about the 35-yard line. He dives forward to about the 31. And that gain of about 8 gives him that first down. 5th first down for St. James now. Game has stayed at a pretty good pace, even though it's warm as it is, Rick. Keeping that ball this time is Harlan. Harlan gets taken down from behind after a gain of about 7. Bringing him down was Trey Parsons from behind. Second, about 3. We're in the second quarter, just got underway. We have no score. Both teams have had a good drive, and this is St. James actually second pretty decent drive.
True.
Cooper Harlan at quarterback. Have not seen Spurgeon in the game as of yet.
No, we have not.
High snap back to throw is Harlan. Harlan gets away from one man. Now he's thinking about it, flipping it down the middle of the field. Hit, intercepted. Here comes the Tigers back the other way. Du Bois with the interception will run out of bounds at about the 28-yard line. Ball was tipped, the old tip drill, Ricky.
There you go.
Du Bois picked it off at about the 9-yard line.
That's the reason why you run those tip drills in practice, huh, Stan?
Yeah.
He had him open, Stan. He just overthrew him.
Well, and actually, Ricky really didn't overthrow him. I think he jumped a little early to get the ball, and it is first game of the year, so you're probably a little bit excited. The ball's coming to you. You get up a little quick, it goes off your hand, and you got somebody right behind you who's really ready to knock your head off, and then that might be in his head too. He knows Caden's right there.
Maybe he hears footsteps.
Well,
he could.
Maybe crunchy grass out there. But the Tigers take over on the first turnover of the game, and they have the ball at the 28-yard line. And
timeout, Salem.
Okay. Timeout, Salem. After that, going to give the kids a little bit of a break. With 10:13 to go in the half. No score. We'll come back in 30 seconds. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
Save on everyday items with digital coupons at Town & Country Supermarkets. It's easy. Download the Town & Country Markets app and browse through a variety of digital coupons available. Then clip them to your account. You can also clip digital coupons online at tcmarkets.com. Shop in the store for your favorite items, then tell us your phone number at checkout, and the digital coupons will be deducted from your purchase automatically. Scan this QR code to learn more and start saving more today.
Welcome back, Salem High School football field, Bill Schuchart Stadium. Next week will be the Knobnoster.
Everybody's going to say, where in the world is that at, Stan?
Well, you like Kansas City. We're going to be right by there. Yes, we're headed to Knobnoster next Friday night. We'll be there to bring you Tiger football on KSMO Media. We do also want to remind you again that Representative Ron Copeland will be giving away stadium blankets throughout the football season, and we really appreciate that. And well as volleyball season to boot. That all gets started September 1st, and obviously tonight I don't think anybody really needs a blanket.
Well, I'm like you, Stan. If they
tonight.
do, not us.
Oh, yeah, they do. Anyway, I hate to see where they live. But, it's pretty warm out there. But we will be giving those away. And what we'll do is we'll give a keyword. And when that keyword is said by me or shown on the screen, if you're watching on the video side, then you can easily just go ahead and go online and just submit your name and the keyword, and you'll be good to go. Okay, still a little slow out there, Rick.
Yeah.
Got that snap.
I think that was Gover on the carry, Stan.
But I mean, it looked like Caden couldn't get out of the way.
It was like everybody kind of just all met at the same time.
Yeah, he's shaking up a little bit.
Yeah, I think so.
They got plenty of time on the play clock,
so
they're not being rushed there. But yeah, he's feeling a little worse for wear for whatever reason. Nathan Gillis wide to the left side. And this time Du Bois is hit, and he's taken down quickly. Faked it to Gover and then got taken down. And he got hit right away, Rick. Another loss of 2.
Okay.
Be 3rd and 14. So St. James is shooting the gaps.
They're shooting gaps on them, yeah.
With blitzes, that's 2 times in a row. And Du Bois never had a chance. Faked that to Gover, and then as soon as he started to turn, he got hit.
Yeah.
$8:50 and counting here in the half. No score. 3rd and 14. Tigers back at their own 24-yard line. Du Bois has it, goes back to throw. Fires it out quickly to Howard and short hopped him. Caden did not get set.
No, he didn't.
tried to throw that ball off his back foot, and the ball came up short. They'll bring up 4th down and 14.
Yeah, you're right, Stan. He just didn't. He had time, and he just didn't get himself set.
I will be surprised if he's back out there on defense, at least initially on this next batch.
May have to take a series out. Yep. Initially, yep.
So he really just didn't look right. Snap is back, and Jamal gets it off. Ball's come down, take a Tiger bounce to about the 44-yard line. That's where it's going to die. That ball got partially blocked.
I think it did too. Yep.
It's only about a 20-yard punt, but it's better than the block. And St. James sent virtually everybody. Last year, we remember they blocked a punt up in St. James, and it ended up being a touchdown.
Yep.
So Jamal Metcalf looked like he stayed kind of cool under pressure right there, though. I'll give him credit. And now a flag goes down. I think Salem Tigers had too many men on the field, to be honest with you. I really do.
Pointed offside against Salem.
First penalty, or second penalty accepted on Salem. With 8:21 to go, St. James in very good field position here.
Yeah. It's the second time they've had a good starting field position.
It is. Cooper Harlan gets the snap, wants to throw on first down, and flags go down this time.
Did they give this 5 yards back, Stan?
They may have, Ricky. Usually when they blow it dead when the offense gets the ball, that usually means the penalty is on them. I didn't see anybody move early.
I didn't either, but yeah. Yes, they did. Yep.
Well, according to the officials, they did. So we're right back where we started from. Or we're supposed to be.
Why didn't we just forget the last 2 plays and let's go again? Yeah.
We're supposed to be. We've seen that happen a couple times where somebody gained on offsetting penalties. I don't know how that works.
How'd that work? Yeah.
All right. Back to play again. 8:19. We just really haven't gone anywhere in the last minute or so.
True.
Cooper Harlan gets it, hand that ball off to Noakes. Big hole up the middle. Noakes takes that ball across the 20, still on his feet, and he's going to take it for a touchdown. A 43-yard touchdown run by number 31, Blaine Noakes. Boy, he got up the middle in a hurry, Rick.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, once, and he broke the tackle back there in the defensive back, and that was the last man standing, Stan, and he didn't get him down, and the rest of it was done by Noakes.
He had a good initial burst through, and then when he got that, he made that little cut to the right, and he was gone. Yeah, he was gone. 6-0 St. James. I'll reset the clock, play clock, as they're not working. That one, and the one on the south side, the play clock, the little red clocks you see in the end, they have been malfunctioning. St. James going to go for 2. Harlan has it. Fires that ball out and going, I don't know if he got in.
Yeah,
he did. Barely got in. The tight end, James Perkins, on the 2-point conversion. Perkins, the pass from Harlan. And it's an 8-0 St. James lead. They set that play up. Tight end just floated out there. He was wide open. Tigers got up to him. I actually thought his knee went down before he got over the line, but he may have put the ball out.
He could have as he went down. Yeah.
But it looked like he was going down before the line. From our angle, though, Rick, kind of hard to tell if that's true or not.
That's about the furthest away from us.
About as far as it can go. You're right there. The Tigers are kind of regrouping on the sideline here before they get ready for the kickoff with 8:08 to go. Always want to thank our friends who make it possible for us to bring you Tiger sports and activities here in town. Looking Glass Salon, one of those.
Yeah.
We appreciate them. Do fine work. Looking Glass Salon, helping you bring you Salem Tiger activities, sports, choir, parades, you name it. All part of it.
Yeah, we got the clock. Play clocks going, both stand.
Yeah, sometimes you got to reset them like 5 times, 6 times. Takes a little time.
Okay.
Looks like we have a different kicker this time. And he drills this one up the middle to Mendenhall. He takes it at the 19. Mendenhall still on his feet up the middle, breaks a couple of tackles, and gets up to about the 37-yard line. Nice job by Evan.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Stan, if Andrew Lillis down there didn't bring him down, and if he could have come around there one more side, there was only like one more guy left. Yeah, that was a nice play.
He broke those 2 tackles back at about the 25, Rick.
Yeah,
and
he got by them.
Yeah, it looked like he had a chance to even gain maybe a few more yards, but then St. James closed in on him. And he did the right thing instead of, maybe fumbling the ball. You're going against the grain. You can't see that guy. Take it as far as you can and see what happens.
Get as much as you can. Yeah.
8-0 St. James. Go over in the fullback. Metcalf back there in the tailback. Du Bois back in the game. Gives it to Jamal, and he trying to break to the outside. He's going to get about 3. Brought down by number 44, and that is Memphis Kellogg. Kellogg's a pretty big kid. But he's only a freshman, Rick.
Freshman?
I'm sorry, he's a junior.
Okay.
Carter Wilfong, excuse me. I was thinking, why did I see 44 and then 46?
44 before, yeah. Okay.
I got 46 number in there instead of 44. So second down, we'll call it 7. Gillis wide to the left. Mendenhall to the right. Hand off again to Jamal. Jamal with a good burst right through, and he'll pick up about 6, make it a 3rd and 1.
Good explosion there.
It was good explosion. And one of the things that I'm kind of wondering if Coach Myers is going to work into. Remember how the Salem Tigers used to send their fullback through and just clear out that middle.
Yeah.
And Gover's got the size to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm just wondering, early in the season, they're probably not quite there yet. That timing isn't quite there. But I'm wondering if that's something that's going to.
If he can establish that and open that hole, then you got Jamal, and then you've got Hubby coming back. Yeah,
that's what I mean. Yeah, you got some guys that got some power.
Can make some power there. Yeah.
With explosion. Oh. And a fumble. Du Bois picks it back up. He tries to fight for the yardage, but he'll come up a yard loss back down to the 45-yard line. It'll bring up 4th and 3. Will they go for it here? 6:20 to go in the half. They move the ball pretty well. Coach Myers
looks like he's sending in.
Looks like he's sending in a punt team. Yep. I just don't think he's just
thought about it. I think
he did think about it. There's no doubt about that. But that ball came out of the hand of Du Bois as he was trying to hand it off.
Yeah, it looked like there was communication there, or they hit the arm or something.
Yeah, I think it just hit his hip or something as he was trying to turn around. So again, Ambrose drops deep, and the flag goes down. Good high kick. Like Salem moved a little early, Rick. At least that's what I saw on this end.
Just a little quick. Yeah.
Salem moved just a little early. It's going to cost them 5, and that actually was a very good punt by
It had good hang time, didn't he?
Wow. It was high, and probably about 35 yards.
Yeah.
It looked like St. James was setting up for the return with Gannon Ambrose.
Yeah.
Who's already had a really good return on a punt already. He's on a near hash. See if Metcalf can kick it away from him. A high snap, and again flags go down.
I think the end on the far side stand charged a little quick.
The Salem Tigers are starting to dig a hole here in penalties.
Come on, guys.
So you think it was on the other side? You think that might have been Landon Hill on that other side?
I think he started
one step too soon.
You're looking in at the ball. You don't go to the ball snapped. That's.
All right. Well, we've just given them 10 yards. Snap is back. A good punt.
Good kick.
And Ambrose has to let it go. And that's taking a good Salem Tiger bounce back to about the 13-yard line. He picks it up at that point, trying to go upside, and he'll get about 5 yards. I'm not sure what Ambrose's philosophy was there.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought he would have went over and got underneath that, Stan. I think he thought it was going further than it did, I think.
Well, I don't think he thought it was going to bounce like it did, Rick, and go back about another 15 yards. But then why wait till it comes to a stop and you see 3 guys in front of you thinking, I'm going to beat all 3 of you?
I'm going to get by these guys.
It didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
It didn't happen. So St. James will take over back at their own 22-yard line, and Ambrose will check out of the game. Coach Kraft had a word or two, like, what are you doing? That might be a play they work on, Rick, to try and, make something happen. Yeah. We're going to take a hydration break again. This is the second one tonight. 5:30 to go left in the second quarter. It's 8-0 St. James. We're going to come right back after this 30-second pause. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
The Bank of Salem was founded in 1883 on the principles of local ownership, a commitment to the people of our community, local decisions, and a conservative approach to banking. As one of the oldest locally owned banks in the Ozarks, we've had the privilege to serve generations of local families. We pride ourselves on dedication to our customers and the people of Dent County. In addition to our outstanding banking services that we provide, we make it a priority to support, volunteer, and donate back to the community where we live.
Welcome back. Don't forget, Cardinal baseball on delayed basis against Philly tonight after this game on KSMO. And the Cardinals take on the Phillies tomorrow, 5:20 on KSMO Radio. We'll be at the Salem High School gym Monday night, 5:30, when the Lady Volleyball Tigers take on Winona. No JV game at night, varsity only.
Just varsity.
That'll be Monday, 5:30, high school gym. We'll be there to bring it to you on KSMO Media. Harlan gets a snap, rolls to his right, flips that ball out. Nobody there, but it does take a nice bounce.
What do you get
to Aldis, and he breaks the corner. There's going to be a flag for a hold there, and he comes back to the middle of the middle of the field to the 45-yard line. Flag went down back at the 34-yard line. You could tell somebody got tackled.
Yep.
And it was not a clean block.
Did he get a good bounce on that ball?
Yeah, he did.
Wow.
The pitch was not meant for Altus.
No.
And they'll take it back from the 34. Actually, I think you're caught by the 32.
I don't think he could throw it as far as he needed to.
Well, the flag, they don't have the weights on him anymore, Rick. One guy got hit in the eye, remember? Got hurt?
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
and they took the weights off.
Yeah. He's calling a push in the back. Yeah. For what he's trying to tell Coach Kraft.
Well, that push in the back was like a tackle because our guy went down like a rock.
Yeah. So we're going to give him well.
They're going to say it was at the 34-yard line, so they're going to move it back 10 yards, which is right. It's a gain of
3?
No,
Four?
It's a gain of 13.
Okay.
And then a loss of 10.
Okay.
Yep. They're still talking about it, Rick, so that's why I'm not writing anything down. They're still trying to figure it out.
See where I'm at, yeah.
But yeah, the flag was thrown at the 34.
Yeah.
Now
they're going to mark it off some more, Stan.
So they're going to move it back from the line of scrimmage? No. It's not a 15-yard penalty. Well, I don't know where.
I think they're still messed up, Stan.
Well, the flag was thrown at the 34. How it got to the 15, I have no idea.
Now it's back to the 15.
I know. Maybe it was supposed to be thrown at the 25. Yeah. Remember, they've taken the weight off the flags.
Yeah.
So if that is the case, it's a gain of 4 and a 10-yard penalty. So Altus with a gain of 4 and then a 10. Are they finally deciding this is right yet? Or are we still talking about it?
We're still talking. That's what I was waiting to. Yeah.
Okay.
I think you're good now.
You think?
We're going to go with it, I think, Stan.
Okay, if you say so, Rick.
Go with it. Yeah.
You say so. Gain of 4 for Altus.
Yep.
10-yard penalty. Actually, the gain of about 30, but only counts for 4.
True.
So it's still first down.
True. Still first down.
It's just first down and almost 17. Harlan gets it. Looking like he wants to reverse that ball. Ball loose on the field. And looked like the Tigers might have it. No, it went back to St. James.
Oh, my gosh. It was there. Oh.
Tigers had a chance for it, and he pushed it right back into the arms of St. James.
Looks like Ambrose come back up
It
and
did.
got that ball.
Ambrose
Stan.
got it.
Oh, my gosh.
He was there, and I saw part of a 3 reach out for it.
I did too.
But
oh boy,
and
it was there.
Yeah, we had a chance, just didn't get that in. Anyway, nonetheless, that was a loss of 7. Second down in a bunch, about 24 actually. Harlan back to throw, getting pressure, fires that ball across the middle, and almost intercepted, and then almost caught too. One of the linemen started to put his hand out. That would have been a legal receiver.
Yeah.
Number 65 started to reach out for that and then realized I can't touch that. That's Lane Engelmeyer. So he made the right play, pushing it back.
Yeah.
But good pressure by the Tigers from the end.
Sure. Hopefully we can get them right here.
I think it was Cash Howard going in. But
hopefully hold them right here, Stan, and get the ball back in good field position with 4:40 here to go in the first half with Salem down 8-0.
Harlan stands right back at right around the 5, and a timeout called by St. James. Coach Kraft wants to talk about it. 8-0 St. James. We'll take a 30-second break, return. This is Tiger Football. This is KSMO Media.
With our outstanding local sponsors, we are able to bring you this and many other community broadcasts. Some of these sponsors include United Country Real Estate, The Local on 4th Street, Country Chic Boutique and Photography, Hub's Tire Center, Looking Glass Salon, Tater's Sporting Goods, and Taxidermy LLC, Melvin's Motors, and more. Be sure to thank these sponsors for helping bring you Salem Tiger Sports right here on KSMO Media.
Salem and St. James kind of become a bit of a rivalry game. You know, for years it never, it's just kind of one of those games that was added on. But in the last few years, I think it became more of a rivalry.
We used to play them pretty often, and then there was a whole
for
few
a while.
years there we never played each other.
Michigan changed some rules. And, couldn't fit all the games in. It didn't fit in their schedule. Harlan back to throw. Getting no pressure. Fires it deep down the field, and the ball is tipped away. What a heck of defensive play.
Nice job.
Made by the Salem Tigers, and there's a cramp on Evan
There's
Mendenhall.
a cramp. There's our first cramp. We've seen that one.
Mendenhall jumped, came down.
Nice play.
And as soon as he hit, man, that cramp grabbed him. And
he knew it, didn't he?
He knew it. He grabbed down there.
Nice play, though. I mean, like I say, I thought he almost was going to come up and intercept that ball, Stan.
Well, I'll tell you what, he was stride for stride with him, Rick.
Yeah, he was.
And he was able to
he
just
was
knock
right
that
there.
ball away. It was just one of those textbook plays. When you see coverage, you see how do you want to cover a guy going down the field.
Yeah.
No flags anywhere that I see.
No.
Just a heck of a play by Evan Mendenhall.
Yeah, you could see him go to grab that right immediately, Stan. You knew exactly what he had.
Well, as hot as it is, and we always first game usually in football you get a lot of those cramps. And what a job! He's gonna have to go on the side there and stretch that calf out. I guarantee you.
Give me some more fluids in here.
Give me a banana, man. I need a banana.
Has him something in there. Yeah.
Well, what a heck of a
play! Nice play, Evan.
Evan Mendenhall with probably right now the play of the game.
Yeah, that was a nice play. He was not beat, Stan. He was stride for stride with him, wasn't he?
That's right, he was.
That was a nice job.
So we're playing right now with a 4th down. Very short drop by St. James. Get the punt off. Going to come down, bounce back, and the Tigers will just let it go. And that is Metcalf back there, and it'll be right around the 50-yard line. Stop it at the 47 of
That's all right.
Salem.
Probably the best starting position we've had so
It's
far.
a heck of a pooch kick, though, I'll tell you that.
No.
You got the good bounce.
You got a good roll. Yeah.
Ground is somewhat hard, Rick. I mean, they do keep the field in pretty good shape, but, as hot as it's been, I don't know how much water you want to put on it. It's not going to stay.
Yeah.
It's just
no matter what you put on there, it's going to suck it right back out.
Suck it right out. Yeah. You betcha. So the Tigers come back out, down 8-0. Ball in fairly decent position. Let's see if they can put together a nice,
put a drive here
consistent
together
drive.
in that half. Yeah.
See, they might try to do a little something different here.
I was kind of watching, like say, the St. James defense, Dan. Me and you was talking about it before, and if you look at them, they're all creeping up the line of scrimmage. Everybody's kind of within, 5 to 7 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Gillis comes wide to the right. Hill wide to the left. Hand that ball off to Jamal up the middle. Big burst, and then he just ran into a Tiger right there. And Jamal just got stopped right in his tracks. Yeah, he's feeling that one. I'm not sure which Tiger he ran into, but he just stopped right there.
Yeah.
Gain of 5. He had a good burst going, Rick, and then bang.
He had a good run, and all at once come to a halt.
Hey, well, those walls are tough. They really are. Again, next week we'll be at Knobnoster. You're more than welcome to come on out. But if you can't make it, we're going to have it on KSMO Media again from Knobnoster, Missouri. Du Bois again to Jamal. He's right back at it, and he'll take another pretty good pop after gaining a couple of yards. Not much to the outside in the last couple of
tackle, huh?
Yep, between the tackles. Here in the last couple of sets. And maybe, in all honesty.
I'm sure that's kind of designed. I mean,
Coach wants to get in.
That's what he wants to do.
See what they've done first half, come out in the second half, maybe make some adjustments.
Yeah.
But 8-0 game.
That's right.
It's a one-play game, really. That's what it is. All right, third down, 3 yards to go. Du Bois under center, flips that out to Jamal, trying to get to the outside. Does get to the outside, gets the first down. Metcalf turns that corner with a little extra effort, broke that tackle right around the 45-yard line of St. James, gets 4. He needed 3. He gets the first down.
Yeah, there you go.
Third first down for Salem. First one since their long drive.
Wow. New set of downs. You got 2:48 here to go in the half.
Ball in St. James territory, 41-yard line.
St. James 8, Salem nothing. Salem on the move.
Next week's game at Knobnoster, by the way, is at 7.
For right now, we know that.
Yeah, it is at 7. I don't think it's supposed to be warm at all next week. Not like it was.
Nice. Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure it's going to be at 7. In the eye. And somebody moved up front. I saw a little bit of movement.
I think he was lined up out in the neutral zone here. Sam.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw a little movement on the line too, Rick.
Yeah. He was watching him, and I think if he would have just looked at the referee and asked him, I think the referee would have told him to back up.
Fourth penalty on Salem for 25 yards. We'll have stats for you at halftime on the Town Screen halftime show. Again, still plenty of time on the play clocks as they get frozen up. Then they jump.
They jumped, did they? Yeah, they did jump.
They jump. I don't know how they could ever do anything with those things. All right, in the eye. Du Bois points out, you better hurry up, Caden. Snap is back. He drops back, gets pressure, throws that ball, and hits man crossing across the field. Is that Hill?
Yeah, that's Howard.
Was it Howard?
Yeah.
Gain of about 4.
It'll be about a gain of about 8, Sam.
No, they're marking him down.
We had a 5-yard penalty.
That's right. Gain of 9, excuse me.
Okay.
Sorry about that, Rick.
No, I see. Yeah, you're okay.
I was looking at something else.
Okay.
They still had the clock at 6 over here. That's why I was looking at it.
I was looking at this one. It had 2.
You know, now it's at 33. Can't go by that. Well, good to see Evan Mendenhall back in. He's wide to the right side.
2.
Second down. We're going to call it 5. Handoff at the middle. Fumble, and St. James has it. Taking it all the way will be number 3, Cameron Pankey. I think he tried to hand that ball off to Gover, and Pankey takes it all the way from the 35-yard line for 65 yards. I don't see any flags. The ball came
just come out of there, didn't it? Nobody knew where it was at.
Nope. 65-yard fumble return for St. James.
Well, that hurts.
And they now have a 14-0 lead. Wow.
Yeah, that turns the old momentum around, doesn't it? Yeah.
Well, St. James looks like they're going to go for two. Just 53 seconds left. And timeout is going to be called. Got a Tiger injured out there, don't we?
Yeah.
Is that why they're calling timeout, or they actually call timeout?
Yeah, I thought St. James did, but he never did second place.
Well, we have an injured player out there. They're working on. Looks like another cramp situation. They're trying to stretch the legs out. St. James has just scored to make it 14-0. And we're anticipating the point after. But we're going to go ahead and take a 30-second break and come back. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
There's a place for do-it-yourselfers with everything for your car or truck.
Do-it-right deals are going on now at K&H Auto Supply, where you'll find Sprayway Glass Cleaner, 2 for $9, Blue Devil Radiator Flush for $6.99 a quart, and Blaster Silicone Spray for only $8.99. K&H Auto Supply, your Park City Auto Parts store right here in Salem.
Park City. Yeah, Park City. Park City.
Well, they're still working on that player. They're going to allow them to take the conversion here.
They didn't know it, Stan.
Seriously, after the timeout, nobody could see them still working on the player?
Wow.
I was wondering, Rick. I've
I
never
did too.
seen
I
that.
thought, you're gonna run a play with an injured player?
Well, it looked like that they had thought about running the play, and they're still trying to get the young man's legs untwisted. Have you ever had a Charlie horse? You know how hard that is to get out.
Oh, yes.
And right now, his right calf is just playing havoc with him.
They go out and they come right back, Stan. You're right. I feel better now. And then you go right back out there, and once that you exert it again, it'll knock right back up on you.
Yeah, you gotta get that lactic acid out of there. That's not an easy task sometimes. Evan may be done till after halftime.
Yeah, he's gonna have to. Yeah, he's gonna have to get some potassium or something in his system.
Yeah. So hopefully they can get him back in that second half. But that's those cramps and Charlie horses. I'll tell you what, you'll feel them for a while.
Yeah.
So snap back to Harlan for the 2-point conversion. Flips that one out, and the Tigers react nicely. Same idea, trying to go to a tight end. The Tigers read it very well as Toby Gover read it and knocked the man down. Same idea going to James Perkins again, but the 2-point conversion this time fails. And the Tigers, with 53 seconds to go left in the half, trail it by a score of 14-0. Well, Rick, I'm not sure what people anticipated to see what the Tigers were going to do, but I've been pretty happy to see how they've done it. That last play, unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, that's like you say. I mean, it was just it's an error there, and nobody's seen it but St. James. I mean, once he picked it up, I mean, everybody's looking for the ball, and he's already gone and coming down the field. So there's nothing you can do.
Well, ball came out and went right at the feet of another St. James player.
Yeah.
So the only person who could see it, obviously, was Pankey.
Yeah, and he says, "I'll take that."
He goes, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'll go this way. Yeah.
Put a handle on that. I don't have to bend down so far.
That's what he did. He just reached down and picked it up, and there was nothing there.
And no Tiger player, Salem Tiger player, saw it at all.
No.
By the time Pankey started running, they're like, what are you doing?
Where are you going? Yeah.
Yeah, well, I got the ball, and I'm going there.
Yeah.
All right, 53 seconds left to go in the half. 14-0 St. James. Going back to kick. Be Preston Hash again. And Preston kicks this one down toward the Salem Tiger player, Jeremy Smith. And Smith felt it. If you're watching, he got hit pretty
seen
good.
The thump.
Yeah, he got hit pretty good. I thought he was just going to run out of bounds, Rick, and then he Tried to skirt that sideline, and he got popped. Well, you know, sometimes that teaches you.
True.
You know, as a younger player. And I'm sure Jeremy's only out there because Evans hurt. Can't be out there on the kickoff return.
Yeah, true.
Not to say that he can't play out there. It's just he's only a sophomore, and that's probably the first time in a varsity game he got the ball. And
true.
Whoops.
Can you read that?
No.
It's from Darren. I don't know.
So with 50 seconds to go in the half, Tigers have the ball at their own 25-yard line. Du Bois gives it to Metcalf, and they're going to string him out and take him down. No gain, and maybe a loss of a yard.
Okay.
I think they're just going to, well, let's see. Now they're going to say a loss of a yard.
Lost one, okay.
30 seconds and counting, and Salem does not need to run another play. They can go into halftime right here. Again, coaches always like to see how many plays they can get in. They don't want to waste that clock. You never know. One of those plays can just be a big one. Cash Howard moves from left to right. Down to 3 seconds. And St. James came across the line. That'll be 5 yards. Try a little bit of a blitz, and they try to jump the gun a little bit there. So offside against St. James. They're watching the clock, Rick. They saw it get down to 2 seconds. They figured they have to snap it.
Didn't happen, did it?
Didn't happen. And Salem gains 5 yards on that. Will it be a big deal? Maybe, maybe not. In the eye, Du Bois goes under center, 1 second on the clock. Gets it, turns, goes back to throw, and fires it across the middle to Cash Howard, who has it for the first down. Out to the 45-yard line, a gain of 15. But that brings the quarter and half to an end. So the Tigers of St. James lead this one after 2 quarters of play by a score of 14-0. But the Salem Tigers under Coach Myers, Rick, I saw a lot of good positives in that first half. But there's a couple of missed tackles that really kind of hurt them early on in the game.
Yeah, like you say, there's just a little bit of mistakes, like you say, that will cost you big in a game in these games. And like I say, we just got to clean that up and come out clean and see what the second half can bring.
And we will come back with the second half in about 3 minutes. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
Mid-Ozark Animal Health Center in Salem is here for all of your veterinary needs. From your house cat to a herd of cattle, Dr. Cunningham and her expert staff are here to help. Mid-Ozark Animal Health Center is committed to providing your animals with the highest level of care and support. Schedule an appointment today for checkups, boarding, surgery, supplies, or even 24/7 emergency services for established clients. Stop by or call in today and get the veterinary care that your pets deserve.
Southtown Furniture. Southtown, where the bargains are. We've got everything from furniture to appliances. Quality floor covering. We won't be undersold, you'll see. To you, that is our guarantee. Southtown Furniture, where the bargains are.
Salem Memorial District Hospital believes that our community deserves the very best healthcare one could offer. We understand that all physicians need the highest quality images to thoroughly treat each situation. With you in mind, Salem Memorial District Hospital has brought these services home, and that includes our new state-of-the-art MRI. Don't waste your time and money driving long distances. Let us take care of you here at home. Salem Memorial District Hospital. Every patient, every encounter, every time.
When I meet a new loan customer, I try to drop everything that I was working on prior to them coming in my office and focus directly on what their needs are at the time, whether it be a new car, their first house. I focus directly on what they are telling me and what they are needing, And it doesn't matter if it's a small $1,000 loan or a $200,000 house. I try to treat every client the same.
Sorry, Dad.
Sure, you could get him a new car. You could also light a pile of money on fire. Because as long as Mr. It wasn't my fault takes the wheel on occasion, maintaining this car is your best option. So keep it running longer, stronger, with quality parts and a whole lot of Napa know-how.
Dad, where are you going?
I'm Dr. Tiffany Bland with Salem Memorial District Hospital. Recently, there have been many changes within our local clinics and hospitals, and you may find yourself looking for a new provider for your children. At SMDH, we would like to reach out to the community to let you know that we do see patients of all ages. Most of our providers are family practice, which means that we have been trained to see well child visits as well as sick visits. Salem Memorial District Hospital. Every patient, every encounter, every time.
And we're here at halftime. It is the Town Screen halftime show at the Bill Schuchart Stadium, Salem Tigers and St. James Tigers. Opening the season here in Salem and on a very warm, muggy night, but it's been a very good football game. Really had no score. Both teams played pretty well. Each team's defense made some nice stands in the first quarter, and Salem Tigers had a late miscue in the second quarter. It makes it sound like it was more of a St. James game than it really was. But they actually had really good field position. Might have even been driving for a score themselves when the ball was fumbled. And the only one that could find the ball on the field was Mr. Perkins. And Cameron picked it up and ran it 65 yards for a touchdown. And then all of a sudden, what was an 8-0 game became a 14-0 game, just 53 seconds left to go in the half. Rick, it's just kind of a backbreaker for anybody, especially a team that's trying to get an identity.
Yeah. I mean that's a big thing, like you say, with the fumble when you're so close and you think, well, we're going to get something positive and something negative happen. Now you got to come out in the second half and don't look at that. I mean, you got to come out now and trying to. I'm sure that, like you say, the coach will change some stuff up and see what happens. But I'm sure that St. James is going to do the same thing. But I thought both teams have kind of played equal to me, Stan. I mean, I know it's 14-0, but even if you look at the stats, and we'll go over those in a minute, it's not that much difference in these two teams.
No, really, and it wasn't. And St. James moved the ball down the field in their initial drive, and then they got the penalty. Once they got the penalty, it's like the Tigers defense said, okay, it's time for us to step up, and they did. And they shut it down and forced a fourth down pass out of bounds. I think it's a heck of a stand, and you got a new coach, you got a bunch of new players playing a new set of plays. Right now, we're playing a 4-2-5. Salem's never played a 4-2-5. This is the first time they're playing a 4-2-5 defense.
Yeah.
So these guys are learning on the go.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, they've had 3.5 weeks of practice.
Yeah.
But practice and playing against a team when they're doing a lot of multiple different types of setups.
Right.
They got the spread going on. They're going trips to the left, trips to the right, doing a lot of different misdirection in the backfield.
They do a lot of movement.
They do a lot of movement.
Yeah.
And so, you're playing against somebody else. I think our kids have done a tremendous job staying with it. And I wanted to say, and if anybody's listening to Tiger Talk, and maybe you caught it before the game or not, but when Coach Myers and I were talking in Tiger Talk, one of the things that he was key about, he says, what we do after adversity.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do we do? How do we respond after something bad happens?
Yeah.
Well, here's a classic example.
Here's an example.
We had something bad happen. A touchdown goes the other way. They come back, but they throw the pass to Cash Howard for a big first down. Now, granted, your time ran out, but you're going into the halftime on a positive note.
So, hey, guys, we can do this. I mean, yeah, it's, got to come out here in the second half, that St. James is going to get the ball to start the second half. The defense is going to come out and make a stand. and get the ball back to the offense, and then maybe try something a little different. I mean, we don't know. Like I said, Coach Myers will they'll talk about that at halftime of the coaching staff and see what they come out with.
Well, also look at the play, Rick. There was the fumble back near the goal line that St. James actually was able to recover back. And Salem had a good chance of getting right around the 3-yard line.
Yeah, we didn't get it.
We didn't get it.
They did. Yeah.
And it went back and got pushed back into Ambrose, or he got it somehow.
Yeah.
And, you look at that play. What if it had gone the other way? If Salem got it, punched in for the touchdown, and what kind of confidence level does that bring?
Yeah.
So now you're down 14. What can they do in the second half? This could be a nice telltale.
It's right there. I mean, we just got to get something, like you say, some positive things to happen for these kids. And I think once these kids start getting some positive things happen to them, I think we'll see them go.
Well, I do know that these kids are backing each other up. That is one thing that's been very obvious in the play. If somebody gets beat, they've got somebody behind them trying to help them out. Now, I'll grant you, on the play by Pankey, nobody even saw him pick the ball up, so there's nobody there.
Yeah.
But and the only other run by Nivens, and I give the kid a lot of credit.
Yeah.
I mean Noakes. I think I said
Yeah,
Nivens.
the Noakes, yeah.
When he got through the initial blast through the inside run, Rick, he made it just a little deke and then went to the right.
Yeah.
And it was enough to freeze the linebacker. And when you get to somebody standing still, they're dead.
They're beat.
Yeah,
they're beat.
And that's one thing that Coach Myers told me. He goes, our guys, they got used to last year doing that. They come up to make the tackle, and they get flat-footed.
Yeah.
Can't do that. And that's exactly what happened on that play. And, of course, it goes for a touchdown. But still, in all reality, if that player, maybe 3 games from right now, is going to go straight at that guy and take him down.
I'm going to go after him. Yeah.
Not going to be the same. Yeah. Well, let's go over some of the statistics. There's not a lot of scoring in this game, obviously.
Yeah.
But there are some stats that we're going to bring to you from the halftime. And if you're streaming with us on the video side, you can see them on your board. In the meantime, Rick will hand those out to you on an individual basis.
All righty. We'll start off with the leading carry course tonight for St. James is going to be number 31, Blaine Noakes. He's got 6 carries for 82 yards. Cooper Harlan's got 3 carries for 16 yards. Gannon Ambrose Stan has 2 carries for I'm sorry about that. Gannon Ambrose has 3 carries for -5 yards, and John Altistan has 2 carries for 12 yards. So they ended up with 105 yards rushing in this first half.
Okay.
And in the air, Cooper put the ball up, he put the ball up 9 times. He was 5 for 9. He had 1 interception for just 36 yards. So they ended up with 141 yards of total offense in this first half.
Okay, which is okay.
That's okay.
Okay for the first game of the year.
Yeah,
sure.
for the first game of the year, you're right.
Okay, how about Salem Tigers?
Yeah, Salem, like you say, was one of the negative plays, of course, was on the missed snaps and the fumbles by Caden. Caden had just had 4 carries for -11 yards, but Jamal Stan, what you was talking about earlier, was how you really liked how this kid ran. Jamal Metcalf had 13 carries for 50 yards, and Toby Gopher had 1 carry for a -1 yard. So they ended up with just 38 yards of rushing in this first half.
But if the rushing game is enough of a threat, then the passing game can step up.
Well, see, and that's just like me and you was talking earlier. And I kept watching the St. James, and they were bumping 10 to 11 guys within 5 or 7 yards. If you start doing that, you better expect somebody's going to go behind you one of these times, and you're going to have to respect that. And let's see what Salem Tigers don't try that.
Sure.
But yeah, okay. Now when in the air, Caden Stan was 3 for 4 for 44 yards. So Salem ended up with 82 yards of total offense in this first half.
So we go 105 to basically
185 or 141 to 82. So I mean, if you look at that, and then like you say, we don't count the fumble recovery that they went those yards. I mean, that's not a part of it. But that's when you look at that, I mean. Salem is right there and cut the mistakes down. I mean, and sure, and like I say, it's the first game of the year, and these kids with a new coaching staff stand, and they're going to learn it. They're going to get it.
So take the Noakes run away.
Yeah.
For the touchdown.
Yeah.
And you have a very even game.
Very even. Yeah. Yeah.
Very even game. That's 44 yards.
Yeah. That's
so
exactly.
Very even game. We are at halftime. 14-0. Salem Marching Blues just performed out here for the crowd on a very warm evening, and hope they enjoyed that. Been a nice crowd this evening. St. James fans, Salem fans, all getting together, and there's a lot of people all the way around the track, both sides. And
they're up on the hill. They're everywhere.
Yeah, it's a good atmosphere. Glad to see it on the opening day here at Salem. Salem will be on the road, though, next week at Knob-Noster, and they'll be, well, on the road actually for the next 2 games. They'll be at Knob-Noster, and then they'll be at Houston. So we have back-to-back road games before we come home again and face the Thayer Bobcats. So Knob-Noster next week, 7 o'clock start time, and that's a long way to go now, gang. And it's going to be hard to get there, and it is Labor Day weekend as well.
You're looking at 3.5 hour drive, I'm sure.
At least 3, and depending upon the traffic,
you don't know what's
Labor
going
Day.
to.
So if you are going to plan to go, give yourself plenty of time to get there. If you've got Labor Day plans and you don't really want to make that long trip there, and I totally understand that, we'll have it on KSMO AM 1340, FM 95.7, and we'll be streaming it on our KSMO media as well. When we come back, we'll go over the scoring in this game. It's 14-0 St. James. We are at halftime. We'll return in 3 minutes. This is Tiger Football, KSMO Media.
Duncan Family Chiropractic provides chiropractic care to everyone from newborn to elderly. Dr. Duncan treats wellness, sports injuries, chronic ear infections, pregnancy, and more. Ask Dr. Duncan about your full line of supplements, including Juice Plus and standard process supplements, as well as pain relief, BioFreeze products.
If you have the audacity to believe a financial advisor should talk with you, not at you.
If you believe access to your financial advisor should be a right, not a privilege.
Join the nearly 7 million investors who think like you do. FaceTime and Think Time make a difference.
Join us.
Join us.
At Edward Jones, it's how we make sense of investing.
I am a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm here to talk about life, your dreams, your work, your family, and how you can protect it all with a company that will talk to you with the honesty of a farmer and take care of you with the integrity of a neighbor. I'll make sure no detail is left uncovered so your family can breathe easy. Because just like you, I chose to build a life in Missouri too. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm from Missouri for life.
Every project is different, which is why Salem Truss uses modern engineering software to design, then construct quality trusses for your home, barn, or business. The size of the job doesn't matter, but the quality of the work does, which is why Salem Truss will deliver their trusses anywhere. Proud to support the Salem community, they're open Monday through Thursday from 7:30 to 4:30 and Friday from 7:30 until 11. For more information, call Salem Truss at 729-9276.
Southwest Baptist University campus in Salem provides quality higher education close to home for residents of Dent County and the surrounding areas. The classes at SBU Salem campus are taught in the afternoon and evenings, making a degree attainable for people who are in the workforce or can't afford to go off to get a degree. We offer degrees in nursing, which is an RN Bridge program, elementary education. For more information on the degrees and programs, please contact admissions counselor Chris Welch to schedule an appointment as a prospective or returning student.
Your legacy. Protect it, prosper, and pass it on. Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, specializes in real estate, estate planning, probate, family law, and business law. A Salem native, Stephen Patterson provides comprehensive representation to clients throughout southern Missouri. If you need assistance, contact Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, at 573-453-2529.
We welcome you back to the Salem High School football field. We are at halftime, and they're giving a little extra time here at halftime, Rick, which is probably needed. Before it gets started. It is very, very, very humid, and these kids, I mean, you might love football and stuff, but it can really drain you in a big, big, big hurry. And, when you look overall at the game today, I think both teams have done a really good job. I think the officials have, too, in allowing these kids, if they need to take a little extra time, they haven't really been rushing them to get back into the play. So, a lot of kudos to the officials as well. This is very, very uncomfortable conditions. You got all those pads on. It's heavy. You're sweating. It's heavy. It's nasty. That helmet's going to be just dripping wet. But that's all part of the game.
Yeah, and you're right. I mean, they're calling the obvious stuff, and then they're just they're letting the kids play, which I like. And like you said, I mean, they're keeping the flow of the game going. If the kids need a break, they're stopping it. I mean, that's just and that's I kind of like the flow of the game so far.
Yeah, I do too, and it has been a pretty good game overall. I mean, we've seen some good throws, we've seen some good runs, we've seen some good tackles from both teams, and we saw a heck of a defensive play by Evan Mendenhall to break up a pass that would have been a sure touchdown.
Yeah, if he hadn't been stride for stride with him and knocked that ball away, and almost picked it off. Stan, you're right.
Cramped him in. No doubt about it.
After he caught it.
If he had caught it, he was just going to stay right where he was.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go over the scoring. No scoring in the first quarter, and both defenses played pretty well in the first quarter. Got to give a lot of credit to both the coaches, both teams. They tried a few different things, few wrinkles, but both teams responded to them well. And there was a couple miscues by each team. A fumble here, a penalty there. That kind of maybe thwarted the drive, but nonetheless, a scoreless first quarter. In the second quarter, just about halfway through, it was St. James with 8:08 to go. A Noakes run, as we mentioned, we talked about that before, but a real good run. And I'll tell you what, I was very impressed with his breakaway speed once he got in the open field, Rick. I didn't really realize he could run that fast, but, boy, he really turned it on. And Blaine, once he made that little deke move and took off to the end zone, nobody's going to catch him. So 44-yard run for Blaine Noakes. And then the Perkins pass from Cooper Harlan made it 8-0, that all at the 8:08 mark. And then on the unfortunate play of the half, the fumble recovery by Pankey. Cameron picked that ball up after a fumble on a handoff, I believe, trying to get it to Gover on a real short dive play. And the ball came loose, trickled on the ground, came between the feet of a St. James player, and then Pankey saw it, went down, picked it up, and just took it all the way around for a touchdown. So 14-0 our score here at halftime. As you mentioned, 5 first downs for St. James, 4 for Salem, so there's not much difference there. 35 yards and penalties for St. James, 25 for Salem, not much difference there. Each team with a lost turnover. Each team had 2 turnovers. They lost 1. So a pretty even game, really, overall in this one. So we'll see what happens when we get to the second half. The St. James Tigers coming back on the field. Salem will be following them in as we get ready for the second half. And again, we want to mention we'll be bringing you the game from Knobnoster next week, 7 o'clock start time, and we'll bring you with Tiger Talk and Coach Myers, and we'll hear about the game tonight. That'll be prior to that game. Also, we'll be at the Salem High School gym Monday for Lady Tiger Volleyball. Coach Atkinson in her debut will be against Winona. 5:30 varsity only game now. 5:30 varsity only game. We'll be bringing it to you on KSMO Media. And also, want to remind you that we'll be giving away blankets, stadium blankets, courtesy of Ron Copeland, Representative Ron Copeland. Not going to do it tonight. A little bit warm for a blanket, but starting next Friday, be listening and watching for your chance. You'll see the code word come up on the screen, and then all you have to do is submit that word. Your name will be put in a drawing for the blanket to be given away that week, and we'll give one away every game that we have on KSMO Media. That's the video side and radio side. So they're on both. You've got your chance to win that beautiful stadium blanket, courtesy of Representative Ron Copeland. We're going to take a 2-minute break and come back with the second half kickoff. 14-0 St. James. Back in a couple of minutes. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
Your legacy. Protect it, prosper, and pass it on. Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, specializes in real estate, estate planning, probate, family law, and business law. A Salem native, Stephen Patterson provides comprehensive representation to clients throughout southern Missouri. If you need assistance, contact Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, at 573-453-2529.
your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Cameron Irway in Salem today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Terrell Complete Auto Care is a full-service auto repair center in Salem. They offer full-service oil changes as well as $2 discounts on Tuesdays for all ladies, and Wednesday is Senior Citizen Day. Plus, Terrell Complete Auto Care can take care of all your auto and diesel repair needs. They offer free pickup and delivery in town. James and Sheena and the staff of Terrell Complete Auto Care are proud to support the Salem Tigers.
No matter what, every morning, farmers go to work, doing what needs done. The work is unforgiving. The days are long, real long. They nurture, they grow, they harvest. When the day is done, sell the fruits of your labor to your neighbors on Town Screen.
We're about ready for the second half kickoff. You know, it takes a lot of great sponsors to give you the opportunity to stream these games and listen to them on KSMO Media, and we do appreciate all the sponsors that make it possible. Hubs Tire, one of those great sponsors that does that, as well as New Life Auto. So we thank all these sponsors that make it possible for us to bring you Tiger athletics and other activities in town, all here on KSMO Media. Without them, we could not do this. So make sure you get the opportunity, stop in to these great businesses and great supporters. Say thanks. Hey, without that, and especially if you're not able to come to the games or you're out of town, just, hey, send them a text, send them an email, call them up and just say, hey, you know what, I watched the game the other night. Thank you for help making it possible for me to watch my grandson or watch my nephew or watch my cousin or whatever it might be. We really appreciate that. Lets them know that people are really caring about
that they
what we
appreciate
do.
them. You bet.
Otherwise, it may not happen.
True. Without them,
it doesn't happen. So, say thank you. Thank you very much. All right, St. James, they have 14-0 lead. They will be receiving the ball. It'll be Cash Howard to kick it off for the Salem Tigers. Altus drops deep. Also dropping deep is Ambrose. Got papers flying all over the place around here, Rick. Howard's kick is somewhat short. Comes down about the 31-yard line, and number 33.
83, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, number 83, Jonas DeLuca got it and slipped right down. Well, Salem Tiger defense will start out the second half. Let's introduce that defense to you right now.
Trey Parsons, senior.
Owen Hamilton, senior.
Tom Berry, junior. Toby Gover, junior.
Gavin Sapal, sophomore. Casey Malone, sophomore. Ray Cunningham, junior. Cash Howard, junior. Evan Mendenhall, junior. Landon Hill, junior. Caden Du Bois, senior.
Cooper Harlan hands that ball up the middle, and there goes Noakes. Noakes breaks another tackle, and he'll get the first down. A couple of missed tackles there, and a 14-yard gain, a first down for St. James. He just bounced off a couple of Tiger tacklers, Rick.
Yeah, kind of a couple of missed tackles up the middle there, and a nice run by Blaine, but it just we just didn't get wrapped up.
Yeah, he probably would have had 8 or 9 yards, but then was able to extend that out another 5. They give it to him again. Another big burst up the middle, and a good tackle made, but not until he gets yet another first down. That tackle made by Caden Du Bois, but a gain of 10. Back-to-back first downs on back-to-back plays. Ball inside the Tiger 40-yard line of Salem. St. James maybe going somewhat back to basics here too, Rick. True. Again, Noakes gets the handoff. Another break to the outside. Another nice game, about 6 yards. Out to, we'll say, a 34, so we're going to spot him down. So just about 5, actually.
Okay.
Say his knee came down.
Yeah, I mean, like to say, they run the same thing until they stop it. Yeah.
Well, basically they've run Noakes to the right side 3 straight times.
Yeah.
And basically right off the right tackle.
Seen something out there they like. Yeah.
Actually, maybe just a little bit inside the right tackle. We'll see if they do it again. Now they're going to do inside. And they do. They go to Ambrose, and Ambrose trying to turn to the outside. Salem missed another tackle, and a flag's going to go down. I hope that wasn't a face mask. Looked like there was a little pull on that mask, Rick. Ambrose taking down after about a 3-yard gain, but we'll see what the call is. And anymore with this horse collar rule, you never know.
Got a hold, Sam.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if he caught the jersey.
I couldn't see either, yeah. I
was pulling down the jersey or was his mask. But a hold called on St. James, so about a 4-yard gain and a 10-yard penalty. He'll bring up second down, just a shade over 10. Ball outside the 40-yard line. So hard when they reach up. You got that mask, and you can't
see that. Yeah.
You can tell on a horse collar they pull from behind.
True.
Harlan will give it off to Noakes again. And Noakes, well, he's just a nifty little runner. He looks for holes, and he's able to get through and brought down by the Salem Tigers player, Gavin Sapaw, after a gain of 5. Trying to keep the bodies fresh out there. It's a hot night. Tip of the cap to these kids, too.
Yeah.
And all their parents and stuff being here. It's a warm night.
Yeah. Not used to this heat, yeah.
No. Noakes trying to break to the outside. Tigers get sucked in. He's going to get the first down. Then another hold on St. James. I believe that hold's going to be on James Perkins, their tight end. He looked like he had a good grasp.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that was Cash Howard. Excuse me.
I'm not for sure who, like you say, who was out there, Stan, but it looks like he had him pinned to the inside and had him held.
Well, the gain was about 4. They just did this. And it looks like they're going to move it back again. Yeah, we're going to go right back to the 40-yard line again.
Okay.
I guess they really like playing from there. So a gain of about 4 or 5, and then another 10-yard penalty.
Yeah, then yours.
And we're right back. A third down now, though.
Yeah.
And just maybe a shade over 10, almost 11. All right, trips to the left, so we may see something a little bit different here.
True.
See if Harlan rolls that way. That time on the play clock, it's ticking down pretty close. And they have to call timeout. Coach Kraft waited a little too long. And timeout called by Coach Kraft of St. James. We'll keep it here and remind everybody Cardinal baseball comes your way if you're on the radio side immediately after this game. It is a delayed game with the Philadelphia Phillies. Now it's get underway probably very close to about 10:20, 10:30, somewhere in that vicinity. That'll be Cardinal baseball tonight with Philadelphia, then tomorrow at 5:20, and then Sunday at 11:40. Cardinal baseball on KSMO. Missouri Tiger football on air next Thursday night.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm not kidding.
Oh, my gosh.
Next Thursday night, Missouri Tigers open their season, and we'll have that game. That'll start at 7 o'clock.
Wow.
At Faroe Field, yeah. And we'll have that game for you right here on KSMO, the Missouri Tigers, next week. So check that out next Thursday night. And we'll be at Knobnoster on Friday. Football gore.
Football. And a little bit of volleyball in there, too.
Volleyball in there Monday. You bet. All right. 3rd and 11. Again, trips to the left. That's where they started out with. I guess they're still thinking they're going to go the same play. Harlan in the gun. And the Tigers, I think, just jumped offside.
Yep.
I believe that was Leighton Mink that stood up and jumped offside. So St. James will get 5 yards back. Well, a lot of penalties here. 9:41 to go in the third quarter. It's the initial rush. The adrenaline from that first half, Rick, of course, as hot as it is, trying to get back out there and get moving again.
True.
Snap is back, keeping it as Harlan, trying to get to the outside. Now he cuts back against the grain, and a flag will go down. Look like another hold. He'll pick up about 4. He's going to be short. But a flag went down. It looked like another hold beyond the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be from the line of scrimmage this time, isn't it, Stan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, about a yard on the other side of it, but not much. So we're actually going to go back to the 45-yard line.
Okay.
Wow, we haven't been back there in a while. This is usually the problems you have in your first game or two.
How did we get back to second now, Stan?
I don't know. I think they made the mistake on the one play.
Okay, I started thinking, I thought we were third down, wasn't we?
Yeah, and I did it too. And Coach Kraft now wants to talk to the officials. Probably no easy explanation for holding, but if the kid's holding, he's holding. But a lot of times in the first game, they try and not call all the penalties.
Yeah.
To keep some fluidity to the game, but unfortunately, if it's too obvious or if it affects the play,
yeah, that's what.
Gotta call
you're
it.
exactly right. That's what I was getting ready to say. If it affects the play, you've almost got to. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I bet the kids are saying, "Coach, we got it. Let it go."
Yeah.
It's hot out here. Yeah, we do remind you about the blankets coming up from Ron Copeland, our state representative. They'll be able to be signed up for beginning on Friday, September 1st. Not on Monday. You know, we have a volleyball game. It'll be Friday, September 1st from Knobnoster. We'll have a keyword, and when you put the word in, you can go to a website. You'll actually go to a splash page, and you'll put in the information you need and just put the word in, and you're a way we can contact you. And if we draw your name, you get that stadium blanket. It's a really nice blanket. I mean, it's nice. Nice cover. It's in its own bag, so it's a nice drawstring bag. So it's really fantastic. Waterproof, so if you're out there and it gets rainy, just put that blanket up over you. Good stuff.
Right off.
And all just for being a listener and watcher of KSMO Media. So we do really appreciate it and thank Ron Copeland, our state representative, for allowing us to do that. Well, we've got a mess out here, and the officials are somewhat confused. The coaches are somewhat confused. Still trying to figure it out. We got 9:36 to go in the half.
Okay.
And I think we've got it figured out. I think. Harlan gets the snap, wants to throw, gets a little bit of pressure, throws a nice little short pass out to Altus, and Altus will get about 13 yards. Tackled by Hill, but he was able to kind of hurdle him, and it goes down. He's going to be short of the first down at about the 31 or 32. But a gain of about 12. Nice little delay pattern. Let the Tigers rush in. Ray Cunningham got into that backfield.
He almost got there, didn't he?
Yeah. And then Harlan just flipped it out. Back to throw. Harlan again looking across the middle. Fires it out. He completes that ball to number 13, Joshua Earls. And Earls going to take it down near the goal line, but he's going to be shy. Earls turned that corner out there right around the 17-yard line, Rick, and he just took off. And they're going to mark him down at the 1. I believe they are. 1 yard line. So he took off up the field. And another first down, and now first and goal for St. James.
I think we got a player down over there, Stan.
Yeah, we sure do, right at that goal line.
Yep.
That looks like another cramp situation with 8:39 to go in the half. That was a nice crossing route there by Joshua Earls. He's a senior. And he came off from the left side, went across the field, and the Tigers'
kind of delayed
defense
yeah.
was not there. Linebackers got sucked inside, it looked like, and there was just nobody there across the middle. But then Earls did the right thing. He kept running until he got resistance, and that's all the way down to the 1.
True.
Well, they're still working on the Tiger player there as St. James comes down on their first and goal possession. I don't know why they think they're going to go line up and run the play.
True.
And it's just it's an unfortunate thing at this time of year. This is what happens.
Yeah.
Especially after halftime, Rick. A lot of times, that's when it gets worse.
Like you say, especially like you say, once you've been running in the first half and you go set, Stan, and then you come right back out again, and you got to get them back loose again.
I know. And this time it's Gillies. Handoff up the middle and very close to a touchdown, and in for the touchdown is St. James. And I believe that was Harlan himself.
Harlan, it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah, Harlan took that himself, Stan, for the 1-yard touchdown run.
So he has increased the St. James lead to 20-0. And I'm sure they're going to go for the 2-point conversion here. But to go trips right, what do you want to bet? I think they are.
Here we go.
And their tight end's going to be sitting out there just like he was twice
Same
before.
play, yeah.
Harlan will get the snap. Then he looks in the middle, kind of fires it across, ball tipped, and it's knocked away. 2-point conversion fails. Good defense by the Tigers. They did watch their runners, and they converged on them very well. 20-0 though, St. James after the 1-yard plunge by Harlan. Well, Rick,
kind of hit the rhythm in the second half here, Stan, with all the penalties. Just couldn't quite get going on this one. Wow.
Penalties and delays and coaches talking and questioning and it's just there's just no fluidity to the second half whatsoever. After I thought it was a fairly entertaining first half.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah.
So we'll have to see what.
But it was like I say, it's coming out here in the second half. It was flag after flag. I mean, just no momentum for nothing. Yeah.
Well, I mean, sometimes that does happen.
True.
It's just what you got to do. I want to thank some of the great sponsors that help make it possible for us to bring you Tiger football on KSMO Media. One of those is Tater Sporting Goods and Taxidermy. Really appreciate all the great support that they give us in bringing you Tiger athletics and activities right here on KSMO Media.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we will see Preston Hash kick it off.
Another cramp.
Yeah, there'll be a lot
There's
more
going to be a lot
of
of
these.
that in the second half.
Yeah, there'll be a lot more of these cramps. I'm sure we're going to see throughout the rest of the night. Here's the thing, Rick. You're going and you got all that sweat and everything's going, and then you sit down, cool off, and you get up and your legs are tight.
Like, oh gosh.
Yeah, and then you get out there and you think you've stretched, but it's not there
It's
yet.
not stretched out enough.
And they're offside on the kickoff. But guess who's back to field the ball? Evan Mendenhall.
Evan?
Yep. He's
hopefully
back.
hopefully he can get it out here in the second half and not have them issues that he had. He's still trying to stretch, Stan. He keeps stretching and stretching.
I guarantee you, man, it is a tough thing to do.
Yeah, especially if he takes this kickoff and he has a good run back here, Stan. It's going to be interesting to see how that old muscle holds up then. Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, let's try it again.
Okay.
St. James has had 9 penalties for 70 yards, Rick. 9 penalties.
Wow.
And 4 of them have come here in the second half. Ball comes down, leave it for Evan to pick it up at the 25-yard line. Mendenhall, big burst up the middle, still on his feet. And he'll get stood up at about the 41-yard line.
Good return.
Tigers will have it there, 1st and 10, down 20-0. They need to find some offense. They've had some good bursts at times, and unfortunately the one fumble kind of ended that drive.
Yeah.
But let's see if they can put something together.
True.
Something positive happened here, and the next thing you know, maybe a fumble for St. James, and the game can turn around in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
and we've seen that happen.
Yeah. You know, maybe he can get Jamal on the outside here, Stan, and make a big run and get these kids excited again.
It just finds a little bit of an opening.
You bet.
Hand off to Jamal, and Metcalf will dive up the middle for a couple of yards. Did they lose the ball?
He's down.
I'm not seeing.
No, they're going to let him have it.
They're going to say St. James ball. Wait, well, hang on a minute. They're still talking about it, Rick. I thought he was down.
he was down, Stan.
But it's not my call. Should be, but not. But it looked like he was down on his side. But you know, you got to make that call immediately.
Yeah.
You got to give the officials some credit. They've got to see it, and you're trying to see it
make
clearly.
sure that this is right. Yeah. If somebody else.
And St. James ball. So St. James recovers the Metcalf fumble at the 43-yard line. Well, he had a good burst.
Yeah. I'm like you, Stan. I thought he was down before the second hit that made that ball come out.
So they're right back at it. This is what really hurts right here.
Yeah.
Now the defense has really got to step up. And 8:18 to go in the third quarter, down 20-0. They got to shut down St. James right here. Back is Harlan. Wants to go deep. Fires the ball downfield. The ball is caught. And it's going to be a first down at about the 20-yard or 15-yard line. From the 44 to the 15, that's 29 yards and a first down by St. James. You know, Rick, they've only had 9 first downs in this game.
9?
9. Wow. But they've had a fumble recovery for a touchdown, a long touchdown run.
True.
9. So a nice catch there by Earls. That's his second big catch.
Yeah.
Harlan wants to throw again. Has a man wide open deep. Instead goes underneath, gets it to the tight end, and he is going to be tripped up. Very close to a first down. As James Perkins did a little crossing pattern. He's wide open on a down and out, and he gets it down to about the 8-yard line. And that appears to be enough for a first down, making it first and goal. It should be a gain of about 11, if my adding was right. Or it's very close. That's your
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
We're good.
Anyway, stepping on somebody. They're going to call it second and inches. Hand off to Noakes up the middle, wide open. He goes in the end zone for a touchdown. Blaine Noakes, his second of the game. And he goes in from 8 yards out. Well, Rick,
I don't think he was he touchdown when he actually got into the end zone? That was a bit.
Somebody got a hand on him, but that was about it.
Okay.
But yeah, he got through the line pretty easy. And now 26-0 our score. Inside handoff, nice little actually a shovel pass there to John Altus for 2 points. Altus, the pass from Harlan. 2-point conversion is good. It's 28-0. Rick, what the play at near halftime, the fumble that goes for a touchdown, absolutely turned this whole game around.
It did.
Now, we were hoping that the Tigers, when they got that pass to Cash Howard before the end of the half, would have been something positive that they would come back out and play with. St. James also made some adjustments at halftime. They came out pretty well stuck to the running game.
Yep.
Gave it to Noakes first 4 times right off the right tackle, and bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, we couldn't stop him, and they just kept running.
They must have seen something there because they kept going back to it.
Yeah.
And on that last touchdown run, instead of going off the right tackle, they came right up next to the center near the right guard and just went right in.
Yeah.
So obviously they're seeing something, and maybe they're seeing it. The Salem Tigers kids they're gassed.
Yeah, you're right. They get, but I'm going to go, like you say, it goes all the way back to the end of that first half that when something negative happens, you've got to let that go and come back, and it's just not happened so far in the second half.
No. It's been all St. James here. And, of course, then another negative happens, and then they turn around and score.
Yeah.
Points off turnovers are killers, and right now St. James has 14 of them.
Yeah.
It will be Preston Hash to kick it off again. This kick comes down, trying to be taken by the Tigers. They're going to fall on it now as Atticus Givens reached for that ball. Kind of took a little right turn on him.
Yeah.
He got his paw on it, and then he had to go
go
back and
it.
jump on it. Yeah, that ball is loose. That's a loose and free ball.
That's free, yeah.
So Tigers will be back in their own zone right around the 25-yard line, 1st and 10. They just need to get some offense.
We need a
going.
drive. Yeah, you're right, Stan. We just need to put some plays together, get some first downs, and have some positive things happen to these kids right now.
Well, you get 1, maybe you get 2.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't win the game, but if you come back and make it close, put a little pressure on these guys.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of time.
Sure.
Got another whole quarter, and there's 7-12 left to go in this one.
Yeah. But got to start making something happen. You're right, Stan.
And another fumble right off the bat, and St. James has it, Rick.
Did you get that one too?
Yep. We changed quarterbacks as we put in Silas DuBois and his handoff to Jamal. And another fumble and another recovery, this one by Altus.
Turnover, Stan.
Yeah. So Altus with the fumble recovery. 3 fumbles now for Salem. And again, excellent field position for St. James. Harlan throws that ball out, caught there, and Earls gets it, trying to dive forward for a few yards, maybe an extra yard or 2. Good play made there by Toby Gover to bring him down after a gain of 3. Well, crowd was really into the game, Rick.
Yeah.
A couple of fumbles have pretty well zapped the energy out of them. High snap, Harlan hands that off to Noakes, though, and Noakes still on his feet. He's able to get very close to that first down. The young man just will not stop.
True.
I think he's going to bring up 3rd and 1. I think now one official looks like he's waving a first down, and the other one says no. Now they're going to give him the first down.
Yep.
It was right there close. The old Bill Peach play.
Jim walked up and said first down, didn't he?
That's kind of the way it works. Harlan again to Noakes, and from behind, the Tigers try and bring him down, but they do not do it. And Noakes is able to take it out of bounds I think he might have gained a yard, maybe a foot. Not much. Or no gain at all. Yeah, Noakes tried to turn that ball to the left side, and the Tigers were all over him.
It looked like it was number 52. Was that Trey Parsons again, Stan? I think it was.
I believe you're right.
I think he was the first hit, yeah.
Yeah, I think he had the paw out there and
he
turned
did.
him a little bit. 5:53 and counting. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Noakes in the backfield. Looking deep down the field and going again underneath. And it looks like that pass is going to be enough to get him inside the 10-yard line to about the 9. I think it was Earls again, wasn't it?
Yep.
All of a sudden, Josh Earls has found a place in this offense.
Yep.
He was quiet in that first half. Ball be in the 8, 3rd and about 3. Again, they're coming underneath where the Tigers linebacker needs to be. Somebody needs to be in that area, and there's nobody there.
They're vacating the area. You're right, and they're exploiting it because they're just coming right underneath.
Hand off to Altus, and a flag goes down. Altus dives in the end zone.
2 flags.
Oh, we'll just make it 10. Flag in the backfield. That looked like a hold right off the bat. We'll see what the other flag is. Illegal procedure. That's all they're going to call.
That's all they're going to call? Wow.
Well, that was an awful late flag for illegal procedure.
True.
So another 5-yard penalty on St. James. All right, 3rd down, 8 yards to go. Ball 13. Clock stopped 5:07. It's been a long 3rd quarter, Rick.
True. It's been a long one. After the first half went pretty good.
Trips to the left for St. James. 3rd and 8. Harlan looking that way, flips it to Noakes on a little flip back pass.
Flag.
And a flag goes down again. On the far side of the field. Another legal procedure, Rick?
It was on the line of scrimmage, wasn't
No,
it?
they're going to call that a hold, I believe. Well, why would the hold be there and you go on the other side? In all honesty, really. I mean, I see a holding penalty, but why would you have a hold when you're going the other way?
Yeah.
What possible reason
would
would
you
a
do
St.
that?
James player have to hold a Salem Tiger? So another 10-yard penalty. That's going to move the ball back to the 22-yard line. Well, Rick, it's unfortunate that the officials right now, and I know that, and maybe there are some holes out there, but these kids are getting tired.
True.
And it's hot.
And you get beat, you kind of grab, and you know that. Yeah.
Just let it go at this stage. Cunningham gets back to Harlan. The pass into the end zone is incomplete. Good coverage, though, made there by Silas DuBois, who's in the game, playing defensive back. That took all of 4 seconds.
It did, didn't it?
We're moving right along.
Yeah, we're just, it's come to a halt, hadn't we, here in the second half?
It really has. (28-0) St. James. They've scored 14 unanswered points here in the 3rd quarter. 2 fumbles by Salem have not helped, and
they have not.
Both of them have basically been on the very first play since they took
Defense
possession.
is going to get wore out here, Stan.
Well, they already are, Rick. They've been out there
too much.
Yeah, too much. And another flag goes down.
I think he turned up a little quick, Stan. I thought on his motion, it looked to me like he turned up before that ball was snapped, but I don't know if that's what they're going to call.
I bet it is.
because he turned way too quick. Yeah.
5 more yards. You know, this is a close game. St. James would really be shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, they would be. Yep.
12 penalties, 90 yards. And they've had some nice plays called back.
True.
Tigers trying to confuse the offense by switching their guys around. So far, that hasn't done a lot to St. James. Here's Cunningham again, charging in, but he overruns the quarterback. Wide open. And is James Perkins, and he goes in for a touchdown. Perkins in for a touchdown. From 28 yards out is what I had, Rick. Is that what you had, 27?
27, yep.
Okay. Harlan's second pass for points. Our third pass, I should say. That other one, the Altus, was actually a shovel pass. So, but his first TD pass. And they'll go for 2 here with 4:37 to go. So in a span of less than 4 minutes, St. James has tallied points. Harlan has it. Harlan goes in for a pretty easy 2-point conversion. You can tell our guys are just about gassed.
Yeah.
36-0 now. What was a very close game for a half into the early part of the third quarter is now turned into kind of a blowout.
And the wheels have fell off like you said because of basically because of turnovers, Dan.
Oh yeah, definitely because of turnover. 3 Salem Tiger fumbles, 2 of them, and 1 was an immediate touchdown, and the other 2, we can say all within the last 7.5 minutes. Or I would just call it 8 minutes, Rick.
True.
8 minutes.
Yeah.
Going back to the last minute of the first half, and we're 7 minutes, 23 seconds into this one.
True.
3 fumbles on 3 straight, well, not the last possession, I guess, of the half, but 3 fumbles on the last 4 possessions. And they've scored on all of them.
Yep.
And they've scored a total of 23 points.
Yep. Off of turnovers. Yep.
Off of turnovers. 22 points. Excuse me, can't add my own.
True.
36-0 St. James. Well, Preston Hash has had a lot of kickoff practice, I can say that. Coming down, the Tigers will return that kickoff, and Mendenhall is going to limp off again, Rick. I think he just needs to sit down the rest of the game.
Yeah, I think he's going to.
He's really struggling.
It's going to continue popping up until for now.
Yeah, he started trying to run back and it was done. And with 4:14 to go, and they're going to let the clock run here in the third quarter. As hot as it is, I don't blame them.
True.
We've seen that happen.
True. We have.
We saw that happen. In the second half that started.
True.
Don't you stop that clock for anything. All right. Caden Du Bois and the ball off, and the Tigers right now are just not getting anything done. They just can't seem to find any kind of momentum.
Not getting any much movement on the offensive line either, Stan.
Toby Gover with that carry for a yard.
Which I know they're shooting the gaps on them too, but.
Well, Jamal Metcalf's checking out. So I'm sure we're going to start to see some different players in there, Rick.
True.
Handoff and trying to go up the middle and getting some nice yards is Ray Cunningham. Yeah, a little bit of a hole. Got up to near the 40-yard line.
Yeah.
Gain of about 5, make it 3rd and 4. Tigers, unfortunately, and not just Salem, but a lot of the teams, Rick, have guys going both ways, and a lot of them, and sooner or later you're going to get gassed.
Yeah, especially like you say in this type of heat. Yeah.
Hand off to Cunningham again, and he's going to get a yard, but he's going to fall short with 2:25 left to go, third quarter. Bring a 4th down and 4. So Jamal will come back in, and he'll be punting the ball away. Be interesting to see what Coach Kraft does with Harlan and his offense, and see if he brings in anybody else. 36-0. St. James on top. They've scored 3 touchdowns here, and the Salem Tigers will have to burn a timeout with 1:50 to go here in the third quarter. And I'm sure Coach Myers didn't intend to see his coaching debut look like this.
Yeah.
But it was looking good for the first half. I mean, everything was looking on a very good positive note.
And then all it was, like you say, the wheels kind of fell off. We started to, at the end of the first half there, whenever, the fumble, they picked it up. And then we come back out in the second half, and the same thing, the fumbleitis started again,
But they had the initial drive at first, and they went and took that one in. We were hoping the Tiger defense step right up, stop that, get the ball back, and then try and go the other way, get something positive. Well, they couldn't get it done, so they scored. Okay, so they scored it.
Yeah.
Early in the third quarter, you still got
that's okay.
Still
we got
half
the
left.
rest of the game.
Then the first turnover on the very first play, the second turnover on the very first play of the next possession. So you're handing the ball right back. Your defense has been on the field. They go right back out. They go right back out. And it's a lot more fun to play offense than it is defense.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
They will drop back Mr. Gannon Ambrose, who's had a good game returning. Metcalf will await the snap. Gets it, gets pressure, and he gets away from the kicker. Gets away from that pressure. Fair catch called for by Ambrose at the 35-yard line. Wow. I'm surprised Jamal did not kick that guy. He was close.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he?
Whew. That can be very dangerous.
True.
For both the kicker as well as the player coming in.
Yeah.
Well, St. James will have it. Aldis may take over at quarterback. Let's see if that does happen. Nope. Harlan's still out there.
First team is still out there. Yeah.
With 1:14 remaining in the third quarter. Trips to the right. In the backfield, Cameron Pankey. First and 10. Back to throw. Fires it out to Altus. Altus trying to deke away from a couple of Tiger tacklers and does get the first down. Goes out of bounds right at the 46-yard line. A gain of 11. And I don't know why they stopped the clock here.
I don't either. Yeah.
Now they start again. You're going to have a running clock, have the running clock. Down to 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. They got trips to the left in a bunch. I've not seen this formation yet. 3 guys.
Like a bunch, huh?
Well, it is. They're, from our angle, Rick, I can't see how close they are. But they're all within, 3 yards of each other? With like 2 guys in a slot. I've never seen that. And their tight end was actually the one in a wing formation. 36-0 after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a 30-second break and come back with the fourth quarter. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
Calling all rodeo fans, the annual Salem Area Chamber of Commerce IPRA ACRA MRCA Pro Rodeo is coming to the Commons this Labor Day weekend at 7:30 each night. Produced by Outlaw Rodeo Production, you'll see the excitement of rough stock, timed events, plus Blake Skaggs mini buckers. There's also a calf scramble for the youngsters and a salute to our veterans. Lots of vendors, pony rides, and carnival games. Come out and watch all the excitement at the Commons in Salem this Labor Day weekend.
So we're about ready to start the fourth quarter. This will be a running clock. Do the mercy rule. 4 fumbles tonight for the Salem Tigers. And Rick, give a lot of credit to St. James. They scored on 3 of those 4.
Yeah, they did. They did what they were supposed to do, Stan. They took advantage of the mistakes that Salem made, and they cashed them in.
They certainly did. And they still have the ball right now at their own 45-yard line, and they still have their first team in, which I am a little shocked at.
Yeah.
Considering how hot it is. They do give it off to Pankey. Pankey trying to turn the corner, cuts back against the grain, still on his feet, and another flag goes down. Pankey running toward the end zone, and he's going to beat Evan Mendenhall. Why he's out there, he just cramped up again.
Yep. Got 2 flags, Stan.
Yeah.
One back here and one.
I give Evan Mendenhall a lot of credit for trying to get back out there. But he's trying to race a guy with probably two bum legs.
Yeah, probably a lot of pressure.
I'm
yeah.
sure. 2 flags down. Both against Well, I'm assuming you're both against St. James. I shouldn't do that, should I?
No, don't assume.
Holding against St. James. That one I know. Any other ones? Nope.
Guess they figured that since that one was back here that they need to take this one. Yeah.
Well, you can get 2 holding calls.
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
That's 2 separate parts of the play. But another penalty that took points off the board there, Rick.
True.
Why did they stop the clock?
I don't know.
Hand out to Pankey again. He tries to hurdle a man. He'll pick up about 4 yards out to the 41-yard line, right up the gut. We got rookie timekeepers, don't we?
I guess so.
Yeah, we do. Need to go break them in, man.
Been there, done that.
Been there, done that. Second down, about 14, maybe 15 if you stretch it, and then more flags go down. Don't stop the clock. Offside against Salem. There you go. You don't stop the clock. So 4 Salem Tiger fumbles in this game.
You know, and like saying you look at that and then you look at the penalties on the other side, Stan. I mean, it's not as good a game as we've seen in the first half. We're not seeing it in the second half.
No,
yeah.
It's been 2 different games.
Yeah.
$36-0, St. James on top. Long count. And they had to be past the time.
Yeah.
Another flag went down. They had to be past the time.
Finally, we had one here, but yeah.
You know, no, they were both down to 0. I'm pretty sure it'd be a delayed game. Let's see if that's what they call.
Sideline?
Sideline infraction. Well, may as well. We've seen about everything else.
But they're gonna. Was it a warning?
Well, yeah, but you're not really supposed to drop a flag. If it's a sideline infraction where it affects the play, that's when you drop a flag.
Sure.
But yeah, it's just a warning. So 3rd down and still 6 to go. Firing that ball out and catching that ball is Aldis. Aldis up the middle of the field. Still on his feet, breaks 3 tackles, and he's going to take it to the end zone. Aldis from 50 yards away, and it's 42-0. A lot of missed tackles that time, Rick.
Yeah, a lot of them on that one play there. They, he just cut that ball back to the inside, Stan, and then the over pursuit plus the missed tackles they had a hold of him. They just didn't bring him down.
No, they did not. A lot of missed tackles on that one.
Yeah.
And like I say, we're at the point now exhaustion is taking over.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, that's all it is now. Like you say, you just don't, the gas tank is about empty, Stan. I mean, yeah.
Well, St. James right now, they've got the lead. They're pumped up. They're good to go.
Yeah.
They don't feel the heat.
True.
You're not losing 36-0. 36-0, you're sitting out there and you're trying to keep it close, but it's just hard. Back to throw. They fired into Perkins for a 2-point conversion. Harlan has that play down, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. It's like the old tight end quick pass for us, huh?
Oh, yeah. So now we're 44-0. And it's pretty well been one-sided here for a while.
Yeah, true.
I really don't know why they stopped the clock again, Rick.
Well,
unless they're
on a
taking a
touchdown,
water
they're supposed
break.
to. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But
the penalties, no. You just let it run. And like you say, either side is not going to say anything because they want to, let's get over it.
I was going to say, usually the coaches say if they're going to let it go, just go let it go. Well, for Altus, that's his first touchdown, but he does have a 2-point conversion in the game. But Noakes has a couple of touchdowns. Perkins has one. Pankey one. Harlan one. So it's not one guy doing it.
True.
It's a good.
Yeah, they've spread it out.
It's a good representation of what St. James is able to do tonight. And they're like I said, they're mixing it up. We didn't hear anything from Earls in the first half, and then here in the second half, he's made some nice catches.
True.
So with 8:47 to go in this first game, kick comes back to the Tigers player. And Atticus Givens trying to turn the corner. And he'll get back to about the 26-yard line. The Salem Tigers, well, I don't know. I was like, what do you do from here?
Yeah. I mean, like you say, I mean, this is stuff you have to work on right now, because this is what you're going to have to do now. You've got to pound the ball and get first downs and then try to make something positive on this drive here.
But I guess what I'm saying is you got guys out there that are getting pretty gassed.
Yeah.
And do you keep putting them out there or at this stage?
And I think, like you say, I mean, you can listen to your players. If are you done? I mean, it's really they wouldn't tell them to the coach that they're done.
No.
But if you don't have nothing in the tank left, Stan, I mean, you've got to take yourself out.
Right. Well, Du Bois is back in. Giving that back to Metcalf, who's back in the game, and he'll get a yard. And there's some extracurricular activities going on out there, and I'm surprised we didn't see a flag on that. A little bit of pushing and shoving. Wyatt Martin had a nice little push off with one of the St. James players. Gain of, actually give him 2, which is nice. Clock is running, but in a game like this, Rick, it can't run fast enough.
True. That's true.
You just want to get back in, take a shower, and say, what happened?
We got to regroup. Yep.
Metcalf has it again, this time trying to find a little hole. He stays on his feet. He's battling, but there's just not much there. He's going to get a yard or 2. Out to the 31, so give him 2 more yards, 3rd and 6. Right now, St. James has nothing to lose. They can attack at will.
Yeah.
And
if they go over the top, they go over the top.
I mean, that makes a difference.
Yep.
Landon Hill wide to the left. And it's Mendenhall wide to the right. Back to throw Du Bois. You got 2 St. James Tigers chasing him, 3, now 4. He slides after a gain of a yard.
There he threw the flag.
And a flag comes down after the fact.
Looked to me like he hit him in the head, Stan, when he went into a slide. Looked like that he did hit him in the head.
Well, And you might be right, Rick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, personal foul against St. James.
Yep.
But I didn't really think it was that flagrant.
I didn't either.
You know,
yeah, I didn't.
To be honest with
and
you.
the guy the referee that was right here didn't call it. It was the back
Right.
judge that threw the flag. Yep.
So a 15-yard penalty gives Salem a first down. That's their first down of the second half. And St. James now with 115 yards in penalties.
Wow.
$14 penalties for 115 yards. That's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bit of a soft call, I think, right there. And I don't want any, don't get me wrong, I don't want anybody to get hurt, but
I think their coach over here, Stan, was really
Coach Kraft?
letting that. No, I don't think it was Kraft. I think it was maybe the other coach with the white hat. I think was really kept mouthing. I think that referee threw another flag on that.
Sportsmanlike conduct against St. James. Well, you're up 44-0. You can do whatever you want.
True.
But you're not showing good discipline to your own
No,
players.
you're not. No, you're not.
So the Tigers get yet another first down for that. .418 and counting. And I was going to say, did he throw another?
No, he
came
didn't.
running up here. That's the guy that made the call originally, but he came flying up here after Coach Kraft went and talked to Jim Earls.
Yeah.
Well, if he made the call, there's nothing that Kraft can do.
And like I say, I mean, I was watching the coach, and he kept walking toward that guy, and you could see him moving, like he was really letting him have
Mouthing
it.
him.
Yeah, mouthing him. Yeah.
Well,
And he finally had enough. Yeah.
Well, at 44-0 at this stage.
Why? Yeah.
Why all this?
Yeah.
For something as meaningless as that. Again,
that's true.
And I'm not trying to say we don't want to protect our kids. We do.
Right.
But it wasn't flagrant. Nobody took a pot shot at his head.
No.
It was maybe a hand that
Kinda
got his helmet.
slid into him, basically.
But it wasn't anything super serious.
Yeah.
No, I'll tell you, here's the one thing that I would be concerned about, Rick, right now is that Michigan may bar this guy from coaching.
Yeah.
And you'd hate to see anybody who wants to help out kids coaching get barred because of one bad game, but it could very easily happen.
Yeah.
They can bar you.
If he wants to keep on, it's
Well, yeah, Michigan say you're done.
Yeah.
You're not coaching anymore. But now we have to go and tell Coach Myers what's going on, and I think he understands.
Right.
There's a lot of frustration on Salem's side, and I don't know what the frustration would be on the St. James side. That's my key. I think right now you're up by a big score.
Yeah.
Your kids are doing a lot of penalties here. It's not.
That's right. Yeah.
You know, you don't blame the officials for throwing the flag. That's what they're supposed to do.
True.
You know, maybe it's your coaching.
Yeah.
I mean, you might be winning 4-0, but the kids don't pay attention. They keep taking a pot shot or whatever.
Right.
I can't say that's what they're doing, and I don't want to say that or even infer it.
Yeah, true.
But they've wasted a lot of time here just talking on a very warm night that I'm sure
everybody's done. I mean,
everybody's kind of ready to call this one, put this one away.
Yeah.
Here's Ray Cunningham, breaks a tackle, still on his feet, dives across the 30 to near the 25-yard line. That'll be very close to a first down, almost a 10-yard gain. I believe it is.
I think he got 10, didn't he? Almost 11, didn't he?
I think he did.
Yeah.
But they haven't moved the sticks.
There they go.
So Salem now their 7th first down. Trying to work toward that goal line, get something positive here going into the game with Knobnoster. Next Friday night at 7.
Yeah.
Clock running, 3:12 to go. Not the start we hoped.
No.
But we got a long season from
a long season. Yeah.
Giving it to Cunningham again. Ray continues to try and slip away, and he is stopped, and then they stole the ball out of his hand. I don't think he had any gain there, but there's a flag down, Rick. Guess what?
Okay.
It's in the backfield. The defensive backfield.
True.
And, I'll give a lot of credit to the Salem Tiger kids right now. They're not happy about this. They have maintained their cool.
Yeah, their composure has been where it needs to be. You're right, Stan.
It's a hot night. These kids are, and they're getting in their face, and you can tell by some of the actions.
Right.
They're baiting them.
Yeah. But they're not.
They have not. They have not swayed.
No.
And now they've stopped the clock to discuss whatever else issue has come up. Well, Rick, I can honestly say we've seen some games where, we've had a lot of penalties. But I don't think I've seen this many, except for maybe one other game that we had to see these officials meet every single play.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't make any sense.
What are they going to do? They're going to call that a fumble?
Well, it kind of looks that way. I don't know what they're doing. They are.
What?
Yep. They are going to call it a fumble.
Wow.
The 5th Tiger fumble. Well, you had an offensive holding and a fumble, and it took that long to figure that out?
Yeah. Wow, Stan, that's all I can say.
Yeah. No doubt, Rick.
I'm confused.
Well,
31 Blaine Noakes on the carry there, Stan.
And why? My question is, why is he still in the game?
Yeah, they're all still in, Stan.
There's no need at this stage.
True.
And I'm not talking about just because the score is what it is. I mean, they're taking knees now, but why are those guys still in the game? Let the younger guys get a little crack at it.
Yeah.
You're just running the clock out.
Right.
They're waiting in the very last second.
True. Yeah, before they snap it.
And now we're under a minute left to go in this one. Well, not what we had hoped, Rick.
No.
As St. James has come to town and ruined the debut of Coach Myers. And with 28 seconds left, they don't have to run another play. And we're down to 12 seconds remaining. And this one is history. Salem Tigers lose their home opener to St. James by a final score of 44-0. And they will be at Knob-Noster next week. And Rick, first off, we hope nobody got hurt in this game. That's always the key. Evan Mendenhall had a lot of cramps, so we hope he's able to recover. Well, I hope the Tigers come back, reassess what has happened, and get ready to come back and play a better game.
Yeah, get back to work and go to the next game, Stan.
It's about all you can do, and about all you can hope for. It's a very close game to start out with. The first 2 quarters were well played, but after that, the wheels fell off the wagon. The Tigers had 4 fumbles in the second half, and St. James rolled to a 44-0 win. We're going to take our final break of the night, a 2.5-minute break, and come back and wrap things up. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
Save on everyday items with digital coupons at Town & Country Supermarkets. It's easy. Download the Town & Country Markets app and browse through a variety of digital coupons available. Then clip them to your account. You can also clip digital coupons online at tcmarkets.com. Shop in the store for your favorite items, then tell us your phone number at checkout, and the digital coupons will be deducted from your purchase automatically. Scan this QR code to learn more and start saving more today.
With our outstanding local sponsors, we are able to bring you this and many other community broadcasts. Some of these sponsors include United Country Real Estate, The Local on 4th Street, Country Chic Boutique and Photography, Hub's Tire Center, Looking Glass Salon, Tater's Sporting Goods and Taxidermy LLC, Melvin's Motors, and more. Be sure to thank these sponsors for helping bring you Salem Tiger Sports right here on KSMO Media.
There's a place for do-it-yourselfers with everything for your car or truck.
Do-it-right deals are going on now at K&H Auto Supply, where you'll find Sprayway Glass Cleaner, 2 for $9, Blue Devil Radiator Flush for $6.99 a quart, and Blaster Silicone Spray for only $8.99. K&H Auto Supply, your Park City Auto Parts store right here in Salem.
Park City. Yeah, Park City. Park City.
Mid-Ozark Animal Health Center in Salem is here for all of your veterinary needs. From your house cat to a herd of cattle, Dr. Cunningham and her expert staff are here to help. Mid-Ozark Animal Health Center is committed to providing your animals with the highest level of care and support. Schedule an appointment today for checkups, boarding, surgery, supplies, or even 24/7 emergency services for established clients. Stop by or call in today and get the veterinary care that your pets deserve.
Southtown Furniture. Southtown, where the bargains are. We've got everything from furniture to appliances. Quality floor covering. We won't be undersold, you'll see. To you, that is our guarantee. Southtown Furniture, where the bargains are.
As the crowd makes their way out, Salem Tigers fall to 0-1 on the season. They're trying to start a new regime under a new coach.
Yeah.
And Rick,
It's going to take some time, Stan. I mean,
well, it's going to take time, but it started out very promising.
Yep.
Did not end up very promising as far as the second half.
Right.
But that has nothing to do with the way the kids acted and reacted on the field. I thought, okay, you got things going against you. The Salem Tigers got behind. They didn't lose their cool. They stayed composed.
Yep.
Just wasn't their night.
No,
And sometimes that's going to happen.
Yeah, you're right, Stan. And that, and it seems like, when just like the turnover that ended the first half, and then it come back out in the second half, and we didn't get away from that. I mean, it just come back, and it kind of snowballed us in the second half.
No, just did not really get anything going in the second half.
No, nothing.
Not offensively at all until basically 2 penalties gave them back-to-back first downs.
True. That's about it.
And then Cunningham got a run. So otherwise, I think maybe offensively in that second half, Rick, if we were to time it out 24 minutes, we think 3 minutes?
Maybe.
If that?
Maybe. Yeah.
If that.
Yeah. And that may have been toward the end of the game.
Yeah. And that would have been,
Yeah.
Very good. All right, let's go over some numbers for you. We all know the final score, but how about the individual numbers, Rick?
Yeah, we'll go with the St. James Tigers. They were, of course, the stats, like you say, were very dominant as they took over here in the second half. As we'll start out with their leading carrier was number 31, Blaine Noakes. He had 15 carries for 146 yards. Cooper Harlan had 5 carries for 20 yards. John Altus had 2 carries for 12 yards. Cameron Pankey had two carries for 8 yards. Gannon Ambrose Stan had 4 carries for just -1. So they ended up with 185 yards rushing on the night.
80 more than they had at halftime.
80 more. Yeah,
Okay.
80 more. Yeah, and then in the air, like I say, then that's where, like you say,
That's where
that's when they put it up. They put it up. He put the ball up. Cooper did tonight, Stan. He put the ball up 21 times. He completed 16 of those passes for 222 yards and 1 INT. So on the nightstand, they ended up with 407 yards of total offense on the night.
But most of that in the air.
Yeah,
Especially
most
in
of
the
yeah.
second
Like I
half.
say, there
Especially
wasn't
in
much
the
running
second
in the second half. I mean, they just come out the second half and they come out throwing the ball.
Except the very first plays when they ran Noakes off the right tackle.
Boom, boom, boom,
Yeah,
and then
that was it.
Then that was it. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much everything else was passing after that.
Yeah.
And for the Salem Tigers, Rick?
Yep. We'll start out with Jamal Metcalf, Stan. He had 16 carries for 55 yards. Ray Cunningham had 3 carries for 17 yards. Caden Du Bois had 5 carries for a -8. And Toby Gover had 1 carry for a -1. So Salem ended up with 63 yards rushing on the night.
And how about on the passing side, Rick?
Yeah, in the passing game, like you say, there was no passing in the second half. And Caden went 3 for 4 for 44 yards. So Salem ended up on the night with 107 yards of total offense.
Well, they were also given about 130 yards of penalty yardage.
Yeah, true. That is
St.
true.
James, 15 penalties for 130 yards. There was one turnover by St. James. That was the interception, but they finished with 12 first downs in the contest. But that's a lot of penalty yardage.
Yep.
Salem Tigers had 7 first downs in the whole game. 5 fumbles lost. They had 6 fumbles
They
actually.
actually had 6. Yep.
And 5 fumbles lost. They had 6 penalties for 35 yards in the contest. Hey, we want to remind everybody, it takes a lot of great sponsors to make it possible for us to bring you Tiger Athletics and Tiger activities going on. And that includes like Melvin's Motors and more. Ozark Overhead Doors. Zane does a great job with the Scorebug. The local and country chic boutique and photography. So big thank you goes out to them for helping make possible. Let's go over the scoring in this one because we're going to, on the radio side, we're going to head to Cardinal Baseball here and join that game in progress. Actually, it's a delayed broadcast. We're going to join in progress anyway.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, and the 8:08 mark of the second quarter, we had no scoring in the first quarter. It was nice. And then the first 4 minutes, back in the second quarter, back and forth between Salem and St. James. St. James got the ball at the 44-yard line of Salem. And Noakes, probably the best run he had all night, even though he had some good runs later, really had a nice 44-yard run. He broke up the middle. He did a little deep move on one of the Tiger defenders and then slipped to the outside and just beat everybody to the outside in the end zone. 44-yard run. Give credit where credit's due. Heck of a run. And Perkins, point after, they didn't do a point after. They just went for two-point conversions all night long.
Yeah.
But his pass from Harlan's to Perkins was good, and they just really wanted to basically everything in the two-point conversion was going to almost go to Perkins almost every time.
Yeah, that was their go-to guy.
That was their go-to guy.
Yeah.
Then the Tigers were on a nice drive going down the field, and unfortunately a handoff got fumbled. I believe they're trying to give it to Gover, but the ball never got to Toby. The ball came loose and came between the feet of a St. James defender and was picked up by Cameron Pankey. He ran the ball 65 yards back for the touchdown. Now with 53 seconds left in the second quarter, Rick changed the game. That was the big play.
Yep.
Two-point conversion failed, 14-0 at halftime. St. James got the opening kickoff, took them 3 minutes, 25 seconds. Harlan 1-yard run after they pretty well marched the ball down the field on the ground most of the time. I had one pass play, I think it got down to the 1. And a two-point conversion failed, 20-0. Tigers came out in the very first play after the kickoff was a fumble. And then Noakes went in from 8 yards out after the ball was at the 22-yard line.
Yep.
I think is where they got it, 22, 25,
yeah.
somewhere in there. And then Altus on a little shovel pass from Harlan, two-point conversion, 28-0. Then Perkins, a 27-yard pass from Harlan. And the two-point conversion, Harlan took it in himself. That was after the next kickoff and then the next first play, which was another fumble. So 3 fumbles in the 4 possessions, and they scored on all 4 or 3 of those. And then finally at the fourth quarter, at the 9:27 mark, Altus got a little short pass. They're just going for the first down, cut it through the middle. Salem Tigers had, 3 or 4 missed tackles. You and I watched them both. And give credit to Altus. He was going to fight for that. He was fighting for it. He wants to play.
Yep.
And it was a 50-yard pass from Harlan. He threw the ball maybe all of, 8 yards?
Yeah.
And then Harlan threw to Perkins for the 2-point conversion. 44-0 our final score here as Salem falls to 0-1. St. James 1-0 on the season. Well, I want to thank everybody for joining us for Tiger Football on KSMO Media. We hope you enjoyed the game. We'll be back with you on Monday night as the Salem Lady Volleyball Tigers host Winona. 5:30 varsity game only at the high school gym. We'll be there to bring it to you here on KSMO. For Kenny upstairs, for Ben on the controls, for
Jim.
Ricky.
Yep, and Jim downtown.
And Jim back at the station manning the controls there.
Yep.
We want to wish all of you a very, very happy week. Having a good weekend. Pray for cooler weather.
Yes, please, please.
And we'll be back with you next week from Knob Noster with more Tiger football on KSMO Media. Have yourselves a great evening. Good night from the high school football field, Bill Schuchart Stadium.
Thank you for watching this broadcast of Salem Tiger Football on KSMO Media. This game was brought to you by K&H Auto Supply, Salem Memorial Hospital, Farm Bureau Insurance, Salem Memorial Clinic, Country Mart, The Bank of Salem, Napa, Munet Auto Supply, Town Screen LLC, Tax Masters, Town & Country Insurance, Southwest Baptist University, Harrow Complete Auto Care, Edward Jones, Duncan Family Chiropractic, State Farm Insurance, Salem Trust Manufacturing, Progressive Ozark Bank, Stephen Patterson, Attorney at Law, Hubs Tire Center, Looking Glass Salon, New Life Auto, Haters Sporting Good and Taxidermy, Melvin Motors and more, Southtown Furniture, Healthy Dent County, Mid-Ozark Animal Health Center Incorporated, United Country Salem Realty, and Ozark Overhead Door LLC. Thanks to those fine sponsors, we're able to bring you Salem Tiger Football on KSMO Media.